without further ado, where we last left off, many moons ago, many moons ago,
In game is not even one.
many moons ago. Yeah, where we last off many moons ago, our intrepid adventurers found their way into this basically what we shall call the Silk Village, the Spidersilk Village. It is a village infested with large-sized giant spiders and drider-like beings that kind of like roam the village. The village used to specialize in spider silk, where the denizens would harvest the silk from the spiders to create fine, intricate, but more importantly, enchanted clothing. Your party set off there. Your party set off into this cloak. Nice. Your party set off to this town after a meeting with Boris, the halfling tailor, who has offered to tailor to create these clothing, like basically beautiful clothing that actually also act as protective armor. If you are able to bring back bales of these now rare spider silk to basically good state, Tysrastov. Okay. As we all start to kind of like slowly recover our memories of what's been going on, you reach the village. Where the first place you went is this small house. You took refuge in a small house to get away from the spiders, and also the cold. While this is going on, you were attacked by a drider. You are attacked by a drider, seemingly one of the denizens of the villagers who have fused with these spider-like creatures through some kind of weird soul fire interaction. You defeated the drider without too much pain, and then afterwards you decided to bury a few of the lanterns around the house. Yeah. Yes, you used Fiska. You used message to call the big spider for help. That came on later. So you went into the barn. You went towards the barn, and where you all find the bales of spider silk, as well as the reagent that was used. Wow, it's really all flooding back to me. As well as the reagent that you all used to basically to create, to kind of like cure the spider silk into actual cloth. Afiska and Kalen, the both of you also did this weird spider dance to make friends with some of the drider creatures, and at the same time, Kale and Georgia's gonna kill me because I forgot her character's name.
It's not sure. It's a Kodak.
Sorry, Kodak. Yeah.
Yes, Kodak.
Kodak and Marina. There we go.
Yes,
Yeah.
Joy, Marina, Kodak.
Yep.
Yes. The reagent is with me. Cause that's the only one we can find, and it's the only thing we have. You know, we have monopoly of the whole spider silk production thing.
Yep. So Kodak and Marina, the both of you moved further into the back of the barn, where the barn itself reveals that it has been carved right into the cliffside in which the village was situated. And inside you discover the hybrid spider queen, the hybrid drider queen like creature, who through Marina and Afiska's kind of like clever and also earnest conversation, you managed to avoid a spectacular battle of fighting spiders everywhere. Oh god, they're on me. Oh god, make it stop. Get them off me. But yeah, you all managed to avoid that, and instead you convinced the spider to actually who was actually quite open to the idea of ending her pain and sorrow from this forced fusion. You locate her lantern and you bury it, and thereby causing this spider queen to kind of like dissipate into the ether. Yeah. However, at the same time, you were attacked by Vrag. a band of Rag discovered that you were looting the village according to their eyes, and went in to attack you to get what they think was rightfully theirs. You dispatched them fairly easily. In fact, pretty easily. I think like most of it, like you barely even had a sweat.
No, Marina and Caitlin almost died. Marina almost died.
Yes, a lot of people almost died.
Almost died. Yeah.
Maybe I had a very
Yeah, Caitlin came forward and just died basically.
Yep.
Some front line.
Yeah, Caitlin said, "I am the front line," and proceeds to not be there anymore. Front line proceeds
the front line was breached before we even know where the front line was.
Oh goodness. Oh, good
Hey,
times.
I soaked up some damage.
Good times. Yeah, but okay, you managed to clear out a band of the Vrat, which you did quite well actually. And I remember that Afiska actually sent, was it Afiska or Marina? One of you sent a message to actually call forth the Storos. Yeah. Okay, Afiska, great. So yeah, the Storos came, and then they kind of asked you, what are you going to do with this land? Since technically you are all the ones who successfully claimed this part of the territory, reclaimed part of the territory for the Empire.
The Storos. We didn't, right? They just arrived.
We
did. We called for backup.
Yeah. You called for backup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they came, and then they were like, "What you want to do?" And then we were like, "Well, we're gonna reclaim the warehouse, and that will take 13 gold stone. I don't know what gold stone is. 10 gold timber. I don't know why I read gold timber and gold stone.
10 gold worth of stone and 10 gold worth of timber.
That's probably why.
Yeah. Because,
I was like, what is a gold stone? What is gold timber?
It actually cost way more. It actually cost way more, but you managed to salvage parts of the village. You basically cannibalized parts of the village to reclaim the warehouse. I think ultimately what you all decided was to turn it into an outpost, right? Yeah, an outpost for the Storos, basically. Yeah. All right. And with that, you complete the work, and you start to drag your carriage away from the village. You drag your carriage away from the village back to Rodina. Oh, sorry, back to Gridstay.
Like me and Kodak already back. We went back earlier, and like he was trying to convince me that Ix was real, and I just wanted to sleep.
Right. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That was sort of like the final scene for the two of us.
Yes.
Correct.
And Galen just being like, "For the love of the Empress, I want to sleep."
Yeah, so it's like
just shut up already.
The Ix popped in the head, so Kodak is under the impression that either he's going insane or, Ix is real.
It's the first one, buddy.
Yeah, and he doesn't like to be insane, so and if he is, he should convince as many people as possible to join him.
So Kodak now has a new obsession: find out whether Ix is real, or prove that Ix is real. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I don't like the sound of that.
But how do you do that? I'm just like.
Me wonder. Me thinks you will not like what the idea I have.
Oh no!
You're gonna cut me open? Don't.
That may be part of it. Yes.
Marina, you just walk. I'll say for the sake of this session, and for the sake of all our memories, we are all kind of like you are all. We start today's session at the start near the not the village, sorry, near the gates of Goodstay. Your trip back has been relatively kind of quiet. Not too many issues. However, for supplies, can I just check who here is tracking supplies? Okay, what is the dice size for the supplies?
D6.
D6? All right, great. I'm going to need you to roll the D6 and then tell me if you hit a 1 or a 2. The tiny dice will betray you. The tiny dice will betray you. That's me. That's Ix saying. By the way, please let me know if the 2, it betrays you. You're okay lah, not really lah, because you already reached Goodstay by that time. So you reach Goodstay, and just nice because your supplies are starting to run low. Your supplies now goes down from a D6 die into a D4 die.
Yay!
right? All right. Okay. So back in you re-enter Tysrastov, and then you make your way back into the. Is shop bouncing?
How do we spell it again? Tysrastov.
Tysrastov. Wait. Oops. The C is a V.
T-S-A-R.
Wait.
Wrong.
No.
Now.
Autocorrect. My bad. Although technically there's no autocorrect. Okay, I'll get you the spelling soon.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna say that we went back to good state.
Good state, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you go back to good state, and yeah. Back in good state, you approach your guild. You have a few options. You can approach your guild. I think the current time would be. Wait, let me put my D12. I have a system for this now. Okay.
What?
So the time for the I cannot word. The current time is afternoon. Yeah, your trip has brought you back to afternoon. Yeah.
Has my resting like brought me back to 100% on everything?
Okay, so remember that we have.
Short rest is a day, then long rest is how many days? A week?
Yeah, long rest is a week.
No, 3 days.
3 days,
3
sorry.
days.
3 days.
Oh.
It's close to a week. Who cares?
No.
It's not even quite halfway.
Shh. Let your DM be bad at math for once.
This is not a bad at math. This is the
Uh-huh.
this is the kind of news that you should always keep an eye out for.
Can I get some stuff that will restore my HP?
So you can use your hit dice. Remind me please, because I remember for our group, right? We agreed that we could try out the rule where during long rest you heal by rolling your hit dice, and then you regain half of your hit dice.
Yeah.
That was the long rest mechanic. So you don't automatically heal up to full. You need to roll your hit dice to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Then can I go?
There's like almost none left though, trying to undo all the damage that had been done to me.
Yeah.
The Empress most certainly did not protect.
No, it's okay. During your long rest, you'll regain half of your hit dice, and then you can re-roll again.
Okay.
I in that fight, I lost quite a lot of HP. I lost like 5.
Wow, Kodak.
I lost
amazing.
Like 5 HP.
However will you cope?
I lost 22.
Yeah, how will I cope? Look.
However will Kodak cope?
Look,
I'm just with 5 HP gone.
I'm just a nerd, all right? I study books. 5 HP is a lot of goddamn damage, all right?
Okay, moving on. So you arrive at Tysrastov with your goods. It is the afternoon, and yeah, the city is bustling with activity again. You've been away for about 2 days, if I recall. Yes, you've been away for 2 days.
Yes, we did spend a night over there.
Yeah.
So we should go get our pretty clothes.
Yes, we should. Finally.
Okay. So you're going to bring the cut to the tailor, to Boris the tailor. Right. So approaching Boris the tailor's little shop, you're surprised to see that there is a small kind of like group of people standing outside the store. Let's see here. I'm gonna say Kodak.
Yes.
Yeah. From afar, you just kind of spot them, and you can tell that they're not good news. Yeah.
What kind of bad news are they? Is it there's going to be trouble, or that the trouble is already here kind of news?
It looks like things are still calm but tense.
So there's going to be trouble. Right?
It looks like there's going to be trouble, but you see Boris kind of like speaking with them. You can see Boris is kind of like standing on a chair behind his countertop, whereas this band of four individuals kind of like talk to speak at Boris. You can tell from their body language that they're not really interested in talking with, but speaking at him. Two of them are women. One is an elf. The other is a tiefling. They're kind of like carrying these large sticks. And then the other two, one is of indiscriminate gender, and then the other is a male. The male human male is just kind of like this big, tall, lanky looking dude, whereas the other person is like this. The other person is like this tank of an individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tell everyone to like, hey, I think we should move the cart to the side and not, let the cart be seen.
Okay, so a gentle reminder that the whole city layout itself is just like rows and rows of alleyways. There's no like large streets, things like that. So as you're pulling the cart, right, like people are like trying to like create like a flow around the cart. Yeah.
Okay.
Then in that case, before we go there, I think it will be beneficial for us to request a place to store all everything we have first in the guild, right? In the Storos
guild house.
Guild.
Okay.
To basically store all the stuff and then bring a sample to Boris, and then when we have finished the deal, and then we can bring the rest over. Right? I don't think he will need like everything, right? Not the entire car, right?
Backtrack. So we're gonna look at a tense situation. We're just gonna backtrack.
Yeah. So all of you.
Yep. It's gonna be like, yep. No.
No. Let's go back.
Go start. Because you cannot even turn because it's all like straight alleyway, so you cannot even turn. So you're like, go start.
Let's deploy. Let's keep this somewhere safe first. It's like now that we think about it,
Let's go.
Marina has laughed until she disappears into the northern lights. Anyway, so you all backtrack. Boris, I'm gonna say, okay, you. Maybe okay. Kodak and Marina, the both of you just spot Boris's face just kind of like twitch and scan at you, but afterwards it just flicks backwards and starts kind of like engaging with the four thugs again. But you all backtrack and you all make your way back into the guild with little fanfare.
Mm-hmm.
Approaching the guild hall, you see the dragonborn kind of like receptionist, along with his along with her assistant. The both of them were actually at the door, kind of like scratching their chins or like pondering on the sign for some reason when they turn to see you approaching. So as you approach the guild hall, the road widens into the square that you all kind of like go to for your shops and things like that. Yeah. So the Dragonborn lady turns and he says, I see our young apprentices are back.
Right.
You have survived, yes? She's kind of her
Yeah.
eyes kind of like narrow, those like dragon or cat like slits as her like surveys you. Well, 2 of you survived. The other 2 look like they're about to drop any time now.
That's why we really need to rest.
Yes. I really feel like dying at this moment.
Yeah, we really need to go and rest. So, goodbye.
No. Before we need to find a place to store a bunch of our stuff. Is there anywhere we can?
So the dragonborn looks at the cart. She kind of like peruses it for a moment, and she said, Will this go to the Storos store? I assume. She looks up.
Storos store as in the
stockpile.
If it proves useful.
We were just going to store this in our room. I look at Kodak like I said,
don't want it to take up space.
This is a private transaction, if you will.
The Dragonborn narrows her eyes
for the time being.
Narrows her eyes, which for Dragonborns basically means like they have 2 eyelids, right? So the transparent eyelid closes, and it's the equivalent of narrowing her eyes, and she says, "So you say," and she writes something.
We got it was we went we retrieved it as a favor to someone, let's just say.
She doesn't say anything, but she looks up and looks at Kaylin. Looks down.
Kaylin just like tries with all like his bruised and bloodied appearance to appear charming.
and then blood's dripping, or like, oh, there's a big black bruise on the side.
Imagine
like he just sort of like tries to sort of smile convincingly.
You know what? Roll a charisma check, and if you have roll a charisma check, and you can add proficiency if you have the skill.
I think I
persuasion.
might. Persuasion. Okay. Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm going to tweak how I call for checks slightly. Yeah, I'm gonna just say roll a charisma check, for example, and then you can offer what skills you think will be helpful for the situation, and if I agree, you add the proficiency.
Deception.
So like I'm serious. So like if Nadia decides like, oh, okay, in this case this is definitely not persuasion, this is Kaylin trying to deceive, and he has proficiency in deception.
Well, he has that too.
yeah. So like Kaylin, you can make the argument, you can just say that, oh, okay, Kaylin is trying to deceive, like trying to put up.
So like I just sort of put on like my most harmless holy man smile.
All right.
Like this was really just a favor to someone.
Okay.
I don't want to say more than that because.
Okay, so roll a charisma check. Yeah, roll a charisma check. And then add your deception your proficiency.
15.
15. Okay. The Dragonborn lady just sighs and closes the book. Okay. At this point, Marina, you may roll an insight check.
Am I tall? I think I'm average height, but can I like see what she's writing? Can I like
roll a spot check? Oh, sorry, a perception.
If this guy.
Oh, sorry. Roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom?
Yeah, and then if you have proficiency in perception, you need to tell me that, oh, my character has proficiency in perception, so he can spot real good. Sorry, she can spot real good.
Yeah,
But if this guy's tall. If this guy's tall.
I am.
For sure. From what you described, like the character description you gave me, she's tall.
Yep.
Okay, I rolled 14 plus
your wisdom.
Plus 1 plus proficiency. 17.
17. Okay, so you're adding your perception, right? Because Afiska can see good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Afiska, your eyes quickly dart, and you notice that the scribe, the Dragonborn scribe. Until now, you guys haven't asked for her name. Just a note. Just a note. Okay.
Actually, I think I did know their name, but I didn't write it down.
Well, too bad then. You didn't know. Then you don't know their name.
But my character would know, cause my character doesn't forget anything.
Keen mind.
Yes, keen mind. So what's their name again?
Okay, give me a moment.
Is it Lutin and Safira? No.
I don't think
those are the two. I think
your character is so annoying in game and out.
Hey, you know, this comes in handy when
it does.
You know, when you forget the whole thing. And you're like, you know, I remember my character.
I have their names.
Your name? Their name?
I have their names.
Oh.
There's a half elf scribe.
Correct.
The
assistant. Sorry?
Timothy.
What?
Timofey. Timothy.
Oh, Timothy, sorry.
Who knows? Anyway, and then there's the
I'm supposed to know.
Albina.
Yeah.
I have the names. I remember.
Yeah, we did know their names.
Yeah. Thank you. Timothy and Albina. Okay.
I mean, I didn't meet them, right?
Everybody met them because before you went off to the village, you all stayed in the guild house for a while.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Albina was actually writing basically Fiska in your eyes, and you're trying to read it upside down, but you see that she's actually writing notes about people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She's writing notes about people, and you can spot your name. You spot your name, Kaylen, Kodak, and then Marina, and then before she snaps the book shut. Yeah. Marina, what was your wisdom check for?
It was inside, right?
If your character is good at insight or good at reading people, again, I'm offering. Basically, what I'm offering is you decide what skill set would help in the situation. And then you can add your proficiency if I agree.
What is investigation?
Investigation is the ability to put 2 and 2 together. It's kind of like being Sherlock Holmes.
I think, am I trying to like suss her out?
Okay.
Did you play Among Us?
That doesn't. I don't feel that it maps onto the specific situation. If you're trying to suss her out, yeah, it doesn't really help in this situation. In this case, I'm asking for the check because you notice her disposition towards your party, you and your friends.
Well, mine
She
is.
does not like capitalism. Oh, no.
Kaylen has insight. Can he tell if she's like buying his crap?
Okay, so what? Okay, since Marina made the roll, Kaylen, you can add your insight proficiency.
+5.
+5. So 11 plus 5 is 16. Okay, so Marina, with Kaylen's help, Kaylen kind of like notices and then like nudges at you and then like raises an eyebrow, and a moment later, X in your head says that she doesn't like you. She didn't really like us last time, but now she really doesn't like us.
Hey, I think she likes me.
Her disposition has shifted from indifferent to slightly hostile.
Hey, wait. I remember I gave her the X to the I give the X to the guild as a favor. Okay?
Which is why she shifted, which is why she was indifferent to begin with.
No, okay. All right.
Yeah, which is why she was indifferent to begin
We
with.
just wanted to put some stuff in here, also cannot.
Okay, guys.
You get the sense that so you Marina, you get the sense that she is wholly dedicated. She is like deeply dedicated to the Storos cause. So anything that doesn't really support that is kind of like people who don't really support the cause is in a sense not a friend of hers. Yeah.
Well, clearly we need to put in some effort to get her on our side.
You mean I have to refarm the bond points? No.
Refarm the bond points.
I don't
Kodak's like, oh, my bond points.
I mean, we have to see whether something is useful before you bring it back for the stores. There's so much crap in the way.
I would.
I mean, I think it's fine.
Are you saying that out loud, Marina?
I'll be like, I think it's okay.
Do X in my head.
Oh, okay.
Let's just move on and see if we can put.
Can I take a look at Albina is the one at the front writing and talking, right? Then what about the other one, the Timothy?
Timothy, the half-elf.
What is his kind of like
So they're apparently looking at the sign and they're like kind of like muttering about how, like you can see him like muttering in his own booklet, like trying to jot down some kind of like errand reminder. Well, I gotta go and get this painted.
So he's not like he isn't like taking note of the situation here at all. So he's just doing his own things.
Like you get the sense that like this is not new to him. Like Albina just rubs people the wrong way often. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not because of the scales.
I'm gonna trail behind as everybody else goes in.
Okay.
No, she hadn't said anything about storeroom. She hasn't offered us any of the private storages.
Yeah, that is the point.
Yeah, she hasn't. So we are gonna put the things in our rooms. We're just gonna put everything in our rooms.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can already see chaotic, lawful.
Like, let's just not care. Let's just not care about them anymore. Let's just go.
Whoa. Hold on here. I know you're friends with the Empress, but I'm pretty sure she has some law about doing this, right?
Wait, can't we put stuff, our own things in our rooms? That should be fine.
You can. Yeah. Albina is not stopping you from doing this.
I'm going to kind of like whisper to Effie's guy and say that, yeah, but these are high quality stuff. I'm pretty sure it'll be very beneficial for, you know, the people who go outside, right? So I'm pretty sure they will want, like, you know, at least a card of it.
Okay, well, whispering, right? So I'm whispering back, like,
are they whispering out of earshot? Have they walked away?
Yeah.
I'll say that the card, the bustle of the square, yeah. Plus Albina and Timothy being kind of like engrossed in whatever task they're doing right now. Yeah. When you whisper, it's not too noticeable. No issues.
Are you saying that they might try to steal it?
No. What I'm saying is that
we need to give them
what we have is not something they can just say, oh yeah, you can store it yourself. No, what we have is basically something like, are you seriously keeping all these to yourself kind of goods, you know? It
is true. Spidersilk is quite valuable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that whichever lady was like saying build armor that looks nice. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone wants that. So right now, I have maybe a suggestion, right? We talk to Alfina again. We talk about Albina again. We say that we'll give the rest to Storos after we finish our deal with the lady, with the Boris who is gonna make your clothing.
We're not even supposed to say anything about making the armor. Like, we're not even supposed to have gone out without doing Storos stuff. You know, we went out just to get the seal.
So, okay, this is where Fiska,
we found it by accident, you know? Yeah.
Kayla, you were about to say something?
Let's just say that it was a favor to someone. We did this purely as a favor on the way. And then when we'll just say that, like, they only needed so much and the rest we're gifting to the guild.
Yeah, that was my suggestion. Basically, after we finish the deal with
so just make it out that we did it as a favor, purely as a favor, you know? Purely from the goodness of our hearts, because we knew that this person was after this stuff and we happened upon it on our travels, so we brought it back with us for this person.
Why are we gifting anything to the guild?
Come on, I have high enough charisma to like sell like the stupidest shit to anyone.
I would rather like go and check out what is in the warehouse and then find that they don't know what they are keeping in the first place because they are keeping everything.
Yeah, I mean,
be like, you guys need organization and throw things out, you know. And then after that, we can be like, hey, maybe we're making more silk. You know, if these things are useful, then keep it for the stores. If it's not, then why are we giving it to them?
But these things are very useful. I'm pretty sure these things are very useful.
Or like it's a cultural thing. Like culturally, you know that it is useful, right? I don't know. Okay, but right now, I think Boris is in trouble, and we just need to take a sample and go and help him. If not,
right.
Not at all.
Right.
All right. Okay.
We need to save the life of the guy who's gonna make our clothes.
All right, and with that, I think all of us are pretty much settled back into our roles as characters and DM already. Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay. Sorry? What did she say? What did you
Fashion
say?
First.
Fashion first.
Oh, fashion first, yes. So we make up, you quickly troop up to your room and then store your stuff there, and then you quickly come down.
I do believe my character live alone in a small house somewhere, so technically he doesn't really have a room in there. So yeah. So whose room are we storing it in?
Basically the common bunk where Kaylan and Kodak Kayla and Kodak have one room, and then Marina and Afiska have another of their room.
No, really? I thought I have a small house. All right.
Yeah.
I think you may have, but I also remember in the second session you actually slept in the guild house.
No, I slept in my own house.
Oh, okay,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
Okay, you have your own little apartment. Okay,
little apartment.
Okay, then it's Kodak's room only, lor.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
like
they're storing
like
in
you
my-
guys
in
are
my
like
apartment?
the guild, like I said, the guild has shrunk to the point where like the building itself, right, can has a lot of empty space. So like you guys can like take your own rooms if you like, to the point where you can almost take your own rooms. There are very few Storos left.
Oh,
The
wonder
Storos
why.
is in decline.
Company.
I wonder why.
You
Maybe
wonder why,
Albina
yeah.
has been pissing all of them off.
Oh.
Oof.
I mean, would you be surprised? You know, they venture out there for their life, come back. Hey, I want to keep this. Albina's like, no. Like, you know what? We're not doing this again. You know,
That's right.
it's like this is my goal, and then Albina comes in. It's our goal. Oh, you.
You're right.
I mean, not gonna lie, that is
Mm.
a very interesting characterization. Anyway, so you store your goods and then you bring a sample of it back to Boris. As you approach Boris's shop, you can see that Boris is there, tending to his table, tending to his wares, and the thugs seem to have left already. Yeah, things seem to be quite intact, except for the fact that one of the I guess wooden mannequins. You know those mannequins that there's only a body, doesn't have the other parts of the body, just the torso. Yeah.
Yes.
You see a splintered mannequin like on the somewhere in the corner.
I casually reach for the splintered mannequin and cast reading.
Okay. All right. So Marina, as you
Casually be like,
so you walk in and then as like Boris looks up and he says, friends, you're back. Friends, you're back.
Are you alright? What happened here?
Simple disagreement between friends.
Inside check.
Inside check, and did the bunch of them have weapons before we do a reverse?
Okay, so one of you roll, and then one of you provide your insight bonus. Your insight.
All right.
modifier.
I think my insight is pretty high.
Wait,
How-
can
how
I
about-
insight too?
Everybody insight. Only one person can help with one skill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Efiska, what's your insight?
My insight is Oh no, I'm not proficient.
All right.
I
I have a +8, and I cannot roll below a 8 for insight.
Okay,
Okay,
go.
good.
So
Maybe
will
I
just-
can add to you because I have +5.
Okay. So that will
Alright.
work. Okay. Kodak.
So inside, that's a plus. That's a 6. But since I can't be roll below a 8, so plus the 5 from who? From
Me, Caleb.
all right, from Kalen. There's a total of, I do believe, is 19.
19. Okay.
No, sorry. 22. 21.
21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with 21, you can. Here you notice the slight tremble of Boris's hand, although he tries to play it cool. You notice that the just a slight kind of like tinge of fear as he says ta ta ta. Yeah. Whoever those people are, they got him spooked.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he's trying very hard not to show it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Kodak saw it, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, you're fine? Oh cool, yeah, sure. Yeah. She just mended your thing.
Marina's like just like squatting at the mannequin, just poking at it as it starts to.
she's being like,
Yeah. So, okay lah. Marina's doing it with a lot more finesse. She's like reassembling, like she's like laying down the mannequin in careful patterns, and then she's like
waving my hands, and
Yeah.
then it like grows.
Yeah.
Grows
So, like-
back up into the mannequin.
So like I don't know if this is okay with you, Marina, but like as you mend it, right, you actually intentionally leave like the places where the cracks are, except that as you mend it, you seal it with this kind of like slightly luminescent looking material. Yeah, so like it looks like kintsugi. It looks
Oh, like
it-
gold?
I mean, like you can choose whatever color because it's magic. Yeah. So like you can repair it, as you repair it, and it fuses
It will
back.
be whatever color you choose to be, depending on your emotional state that day.
Chameleon. No.
Okay, what?
Yeah.
Magic, you said magic.
I mean, yeah.
That it'll be blue.
Okay, I mean it will eventually completely cover, but for the time being, as it mends, right? You see you can see that the cracks kind of form these like pretty little patterns. It's actually exopsychic. Wow, Shaw. I'm so tempted to hit you with a disadvantage. De-inspired.
Yeah, so while Marina is repairing, I kind of like tell Episka and Kalen, like, you know, just tell them that Boris seems to be quite shaken up. The bunch of people previously definitely doesn't seem like friends.
No.
And
Did
I
you
mean,
say?
like,
Do you say this out loud? Like
no, I can't like just whisper, you know, just like, you know, just kind of like while Boris is like kind of, you know, entranced by the X psychic Marina.
Okay. Boris isn't really paying attention, although he does nod to Marina in thanks.
Right.
Like he notices and he like thanks Marina for doing this very kind thing. Kodak, you don't really say anything. You just kind of like signal to them, you know, like the.
I'm just gonna tell them that doesn't seem like friends.
Like you look at Kayla and Fiska, you're like, you're like shaking heads.
I mean, just look at the destroyed mannequin. It's like, you know, it's like, it doesn't seem to be like, you know, friends.
Yeah. So
I then like pour him a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have all like bread, you know.
You know.
I want to actually investigate the crime scene, but Marina removed the evidence.
Oh.
Well, you've all made your actions. You've all taken your actions. So Kodak is looking at Boris. Marina was fixing the mannequin. Kalen was helping Kodak, and then Afiska, what were you doing throughout the whole thing? As all this is happening?
Just thinking where I can get him a cup of tea.
Okay, so you go and you look for a cup of tea. Like you step into the counter. Boris kind of like warily looks at you for a moment, but he doesn't really stop because he does recognize the thing that you are carrying, the sample bale of Spidersilk you're all carrying, and he looks pretty intrigued and excited. But he lets you enter. You fish out a small kettle with the water, with the warm water. You pour the tea and then you pass it to Boris. He kind of like looks quite surprised, and he says, "That is surprisingly sweet of all of you. Thank you." And you can see that he's warming up to all of you. Yeah, he's warming up quite well to all of you, and he says, "Now, my eye spy this lovely Spidersilk," and he kind of like reaches out with both his hands, like, give me. Yeah. You remember, it's like he's this halfling, so it's half your height, and like he's like looks like a particularly tall child. Yeah, asking for a toy. But you pass the Spidersilk to him, I assume. Okay, so he immediately takes the Spidersilk and he unfurls it with the flourish and expertise of a tailor, unraveling a large roll of fabric, and he lays it on the countertop, and he like smoothens it, and he says, slightly dusty, but nothing a little bit of a wash won't fix. And then like you can already see that he's like moving his finger around the thing. He's wearing a ring on his second finger, and as he waves his finger around the cloth, you see white lines start to kind of like spread and spread cool. And like draw itself on the fabric. Yeah. And he considers it for a moment. He said, "Ta ta ta," and he does this kind of like waving motion, and the lines disappear, and then he does it again, a new cut. He turns an expert eye on, I'm gonna say, someone roll a d4, please. Anyone. And then wait, before that person rolls a d4, pick a number between 1 to 4.
4.
Ooh.
Okay. So I guess Fiska is 3 because Marina chose 1. Yeah. Okay. Roll the dice, please.
4.
4?
Yeah, I got
Kodak.
4.
Okay, so who got 4? Who chose 4?
Kalen.
Okay, so with an expert eye, he kind of turns to you and he kind of like looks at your bruises and grimaces for slightly, but like he looks at your dress and he says, and then he immediately like does a few more flourishes with his finger, and immediately the fabric kind of like starts to not cut, but like create lines, and it seems to fit the rough build and shape of the not rough, the exact build and shape of a human male. Yeah. And he looks kind of like pleased with his work, and he says, all right, now we shall begin the cutting. And then he turns to look at the four of you, and he kind of like just glances very quickly, first to Marina, Afiska, Kodak, and Kalen he's already seen. And he says, all right, you can come tomorrow. I shall have everything ready.
We still need to give you the rest of the silk.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yes. But you are friends. I trust you.
Aww.
Yeah, you are friends. I trust you. You've already successfully brought some one roll of spider silk to me. I assume you've managed to pull out way more.
You
Yeah.
happen to know anybody who knows how to weave spider silk?
That art has been lost for over 3 decades already. Ever since the war, ever since the plague started to spread across Rodina. Many of the best seamstresses were actually in Spidersilk Village.
So no chance of anybody who escaped from a village. Anyone older, younger?
Marina, you can roll an intelligence check to figure out through your conversation with Boris to try to figure out whether there was more of this. Do you have any skill set that may help you in kind of like teasing out this piece of information? Anything at all?
I'm good at persuasion. I'm trying to persuade someone for information.
How would you use persuasion to help him eke out? Because like he's actually willing to give you information, he just doesn't seem to know it. But how are you going to use persuasion to help him to kind of like remember? How would Marina help someone to remember through the power of persuasion? Persuasion doesn't mean like you have to convince.
Imagine this is 30 years ago when you are not in the castle yet. We are not at Goodstay, and Goodstay doesn't really exist yet before the plague. And you must have met a lot of people coming your way. I don't know how long you've been a tailor, but you must have known a lot of people. Perhaps your father was a tailor too. I'm not sure, but
okay. Roll go ahead and roll a charisma.
Mind if I help her with that? But not with persuasion.
With what?
With history.
Okay, you can.
I basically kind of while she said all that, I'm kind of like people. I'm gonna kind of just take out the notebook where I basically record down important things I've seen along the way.
All right.
So yeah,
so you can add. Yeah, go ahead. I like that. So go ahead and add your intelligence. Your modifier for history.
You can add a +7 to it, Marina.
So I'm confused about the math. So I wrote a 12.
Great.
And my persuasion is +6.
Great.
So that's
okay.
18.
Then after that I +7.
Yes, +7 more.
+7.
So that's
25.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Marina, you like, although not a bard, but Afiska, you feel a slight swell of like I guess pride is the word, or like a kindred spirit as you see Marina for some reasons just start to weave a small story in front to Boris, and you can see Boris actually kind of like trying to listen and trying to like, well, I was just a lad. I was just a small young lad when the whole war broke out. But I suppose, and then Kodak comes in and says, people, seamstresses, and then like, he's like, there's Darren, there's Dobroslaw,
historical
there's
people.
there's Letty, there's Aldriska, Nela, and then immediately Boris goes like, wait, Nela, and then like he goes like, and then his face pales for a moment, and he says, "Oh no, Nela."
Wait, what? Why?
Why, was she an ex?
Did you ask this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, so like,
Asking the real
why
question.
was she an ex? And then he goes like, of a sort.
Ooh.
She and I were business associates.
Oh.
She was training to be a seamstress, but she stopped. She stopped just before the war broke out. Something about this not being something that she would like. But I remember she spent at least a year training inside the village. But then like he starts to kind of like close up. He kind of goes quiet, and he's not even sure if he wants to say it.
Is she here? Good.
She's here. Yes.
And what does she do now?
Roll a charisma check.
She's like a ghost or
Oh my god. Oh, that's a net 20.
Okay, so she goes like, so you go like, come on, Boris, we're so close. We need to know. Yeah, and then he goes like, you've been very nice. Who knows? By the Empress, who knows? Maybe you can help with my problem. You noticed the four friends that I had come over, the ones who so helpfully helped me cut down my mannequin down to my size.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They are looking for Nela. They're looking for Nela. She owes money, quite a lot.
Oh,
Yeah. And guess what happens when your business associate owes a lot of money and disappears?
Oh.
Friends come looking for you. So, if you haven't even mentioned about the Spidersilk thing, I wouldn't even have thought about it. I'm just so mad at Nela for throwing all this problem at me. I just wanted to cut cloth, make beautiful clothing, and that's about it. And now here I am, having to deal with thugs.
Why does she owe them money? Like, does she gamble or like?
Before that, how much did she owe exactly?
According to the thugs, you know these thugs. You owe 10 glister, they tell you that you owe them 1,000. Right?
Right.
So I'm sure she doesn't owe as much as they say that she does. Yeah.
how much do they say that she owes them?
About 10,000 glister, which is the equivalent of 1,000 gold.
Not ladies and gentlemen, this is
Much
not our
money to
problem.
Sorry. But like I said, it's definitely exaggerated. I keep telling them that I don't know where she is, and even if they beat me to death, they wouldn't. How would I know?
Oh no.
And of course, they decided to make an example out of that poor mannequin over there.
But you do know.
Do I?
Do
Roll
you?
a wisdom check, Marina.
Why would he say? Even if how would I know if like he doesn't know?
The Storos, is it like, are we a police, internal police, or like external?
The
Like-
Storos. Okay, so there's no concept of police in Tysrastov except for the guard lah. So like it's really just whoever has the biggest, toughest muscle automatically becomes like the de facto authority. Oftentimes lah.
15.
15? Okay, 15 wisdom lah. Adding any skills? You're muted, by the way.
Oh, 15.
No, as in
I
like
didn't know it was 15 if I was muted.
no. I thought you were going to add any proficiency skills if you have any skills that you think would be relevant.
Relevant to this? Relevant to knowing that he's lying?
It's inside law.
if I'm a liar, can I?
deception. You could actually. You could use deception actually if you
My
have.
deception is +3.
Okay.
So
So
that would be 18.
18. Okay. So you're using your okay.
You know,
You're using your
I know my kindred spirit.
you use your experience with lying to them. You can tell from his tone that like he like there's an element of truth to what he's saying. Like he doesn't know where she is, but he's not giving the full story. And immediately it occurs to you, like as X kind of like pops up and he says, he's been talking to her. Yeah, he's been talking to her. And then like and immediately that inspiration hits as X says that, and you says, okay, he doesn't know where she is, but he's been in contact with her.
Oh man, how do I get him to?
Note that he is friendly with you guys, so even if you don't roll that well, it doesn't automatically mean that he's not going to help you. He just might be a bit more careful with what he does. I've been practicing my social mechanics in DnD. Oh yeah, this feels so good. It feels so fluid, so much more like useful now. Okay, sorry.
Geeking out over your mechanics.
If only you can apply that to real life.
Right? If only we can apply it to real life. This person is friendly to you. Roll a charisma check. Oh, you rolled a 0? No worries. The friend will still be friends. It's just that.
Aww.
Yeah, no. If you roll a 0, yeah, no.
Anyway.
There's no 0. You can't roll a 0.
You can if you roll 2 and then you're -2 charisma.
Right.
I like creating these type of characters. That's why. Nadia's like super chill.
If I get X, no, that's kind of invasive. It's very invasive.
Careful, yeah.
Everything is super invasive. It's just,
yeah. His disposition to you guys is friendly. Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper to Kaylin. Does Marina look like? Look. This is her talking to X face.
Yeah. So I'm doing like this, like.
Okay. Yeah. So like you start to go off into your.
Looks like someone with a mental problem to me.
I agree, but you know.
This poor soul.
Look, one day you will join us. All right.
I sure hope not.
And we can either prove that she's not crazy or we're all crazy.
All right. Okay. So, all right. I think Marina, you have like while you're speaking with Boris, Kalen, and Kodak, anything in particular? Any actions or whatever?
Kodak is
Marina
gonna.
disappears.
Kodak is gonna think that, you know, obviously the organization is not really like an exaggeration. Definitely, you know, maybe a bit more than what she originally owned, but definitely not by much. So he wants to back out, but they might need the seamstress. Well, not really need, but want. So he's gonna just sit back and observe Marina, and the rest will see what they do, and keep an eye on particularly on Boris, cause you know he's the
Got it. Okay, Kalen.
Kalen lets Marina handle this one.
All right.
He's not that invested at the moment.
Yeah,
as long as he gets his clothes.
All right.
If we can get more food, then we can get more clothes, and then we can get more clothes for the storage, and then Albina won't be angry at us.
Perhaps.
I used to tell this to X, tell Kalen that.
Okay.
Oh no! Here he comes.
Oh no!
Yes,
Kalen, like you find yourself like wondering for a moment, and then suddenly you just hear a knock, like on the side of your skull, and then like you turn to your right, and then there's a knock on your left, and you turn to the left, and then a moment later, like in your mind's eye, you just see X on the counter, sitting on the counter. And then X just goes
suddenly looks alarmed.
Yeah, and then X just goes suddenly like, Marina says. Yeah.
I'm standing there and it's like sort of like
and for a moment,
his
Kaylin,
like face slowly turns to one of horror.
Yeah, but Marina, you're too like you're too busy like dealing or like dealing with Boris to notice how quickly Ix just kind of appears and then just like Marina says.
Oh, he's doing it.
And then Kayla's just like before he sort of like pulls himself together and he's like, I'm just tired and injured. I'm seeing things. I'm imagining things.
Ix
I'm
goes
just
like, no, you're
tired and
not.
injured.
No, you're not. I'm real. Acknowledge me.
And Kayla's just like, no.
So Kodak turns and look at Kaylin going, no. I'm like, ah. and then I'm putting my hands on Kaylin. You're starting to believe.
Oh, Ix is gonna be one of the like the slimers of this Ghostbuster team, isn't it?
Yeah,
just there occasionally go like, hello.
I'm just tired. I thought I heard something, but I'm tired, you know. I'm tired and I'm injured. I think I must have had a harder blow to the head than I realized.
You do realize if that's not what you're saying, you're gonna see this more often, right?
No, when I'm back to 100%, I'm sure I'll be back to normal.
Yeah, no.
Oh, by the way, just to check, sorry, just a quick mic check, right? Is my sound coming only from the left side of your speaker?
No.
No, Oh, okay, it's coming from mono. Great. Wait, I'm super curious. What about now? How does it sound?
I cannot tell a difference.
Cannot tell the difference. Okay. Georgia was about to say something, but then muted again. Okay, never mind. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm just testing things out. Okay, so all this kind of like culminates in the end. Boris finally like reluctantly sharing that yeah, Nela owes some thugs money, quite a bit of money, according to them, and she's been in hiding, and that like if you want to see her, if you want to speak to her, he goes kind of like, okay, look, you have the spider silk, and I'm sure, and this is really valuable, and I would love to get more of it, but I can't work with so long as those thugs keep banging into my shop and causing a bloody mess everywhere. This by the Empress, this is a headache. Look, you've all been straight with me so far, so I'm gonna be straight with you. I won't tell you where Nela is because I don't know myself, but occasionally she drops by. She drops by to just tell me that she's okay. So how about this? You can either help me deal with the thugs, or you can wait until Nela appears again. I don't know when she'll come back.
Who are these thugs again? Are they like high standing in the society? Do I know? You know, like do we all know of them? Like, are they?
Okay, so the thugs, I don't know who those particular thugs are, but I do know that they work for someone named Makia.
Sorry, they work for.
They work for someone named Makia.
Can you? Marina burst out laughing.
Who is this Makia?
Kodak, okay, Kodak's keen mind. You know Makia, he's the tiefling, he's the tiefling dude who serves the Empress.
Yeah, I was thinking of it. Is it that Makia? But yeah, it's okay. So
It's that Makia.
I can't spell his name though.
Why would Makia wants? Okay. No.
Fiska goes to the washroom and comes back with a cake. That is not good news. That does not look well on you, Shaw.
Wait.
Sorry. Bad joke.
Next up.
You got cake? I'm gonna go get my cake too. Later.
You've already had cake.
I have 3 pieces of cake. I finished 2 pieces. I need to eat 1 more piece.
Okay. Wait. So, Fiska, while Kodak is getting the cake, whatever. Boris has revealed that like they know where Nela is. They've been in contact with Nela. He's been in contact with Nela. He doesn't know where Nela is, but he does know that the thugs work for someone named Makia.
I mean, we can go and find Makia and be like, "What's up, man?" Makia is like whatever goes, right? Like as long as there's fun for him and the Empress.
Not so much fun. Remember, just a reminder of like Makia's character. He's someone who is wholly devoted to Rodina. His ideal, his bond is to the country itself, the whole land itself. And because he is devoted to Rodina, he is therefore devoted to the Empress. Because he believes that the Empress is Rodina, or is the preserver of Rodina.
Mm.
Didn't I have a vision about him and the Empress?
Correct. Yes, you do. You did. Yeah.
Wait, you did what?
I had a vision of them. But Kaylin's not telling anyone what was in the vision.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, anyway. Secrets. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. Okay. So that was the piece of information that he can give, and he says, "I wish I can help you more, but okay, I am honestly a little bit scared, just a little bit, you know. I mean, I'm a halfling. Look at them.
We're friends with Makia.
Sorry,
I said we're friends with Makia.
you're friends with Makia.
I think she's overstating it, but maybe she is. Are you?
He gave us
More cake.
He gave us cake. I'm not this one, but like, we went to his boys' club. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows some shit about our past lah. But
Boris immediately goes like, "All right, if you can talk to Makia, get them to drop this nonsense about Nela's debt, or find some way to deal with it. You get your clothing, plus more. I don't know what. I'll figure something out."
Aren't we supposed to do some work for Makia?
Yes, you are.
We're supposed to figure out.
You're supposed to kind of like climb up the ranks and start to listen in on like the political and social intrigues that's going on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, but are we sure? Oh,
But
wait.
to do that, we need clothing.
What was Nela's crime? What's her crime?
She
Right,
owes
Makia money.
money, about 1,000 gold pieces worth.
How did she come into this debt?
Boris is not able to tell, and you can tell that he really wants to help, but he just is not able to give you that information. He truly doesn't know.
Well, we can go talk to Makia then.
Okay.
Yeah, Makia is sure to know.
Okay, all right. So, is there any other business you want to finish in the shop before you close this part of the encounter?
So tomorrow we'll come back and do a sitting. Is that it?
He looks slightly insulted, with a small smile curling in his lips, and he says, "Ah, you do not know me. You are already fitted."
Hmm.
And then he like turns and he starts to focus on his work.
He's so secretive. Like he's scanned our bodies because we're all so hot. He's already like done a whole like.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think that's how Boris thinks in terms of like, "Oh, you're so hot, I scanned you." It's more like he's just that good. But sure, whatever turns Fiska's gears, I guess.
So are we going to look for Makia now?
Sure. Okay. So you start to exit the shop, and as you do so, I'm gonna say, Kodak, you spot. Yeah. You spot. I'm assuming Kodak because I'm assuming that Kodak has the highest perception around here.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So Kodak, you just spot a very familiar looking individual, a female tiefling, just kind of like milling along with the crowd as they go up and down, as they cut the paths. You know those like very popular Taiwanese like tourist attractions where the roads are very narrow and then like there's like only 2 floors. Yeah, that's kind of like good stay throughout the entire city.
Oh yeah, no, that was my impression. Like those kind of very like kind of like Pasar Malam, like the very small,
yeah.
All
So
the stores all
roads are
crammed
like that.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Right on the head. So
who is this tiefling lady?
the tiefling lady looks to be one of the thugs that had visited visited Boris.
When you say he's milling about, is he keeping the eyes on the shop, or is she just just passing by?
You can tell that the reason why she stood out to you is because she made very obvious patterns of like circling around the shop.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like obvious to you lah, obvious to Kodak, the investigator.
Right. So who are the 2 most beat up one in our group right now? Marina and Kaylen, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is the Efiska and me. Then I'm gonna ask Efiska is like, hey, the one of the thugs is circling the shop.
Again?
I mean, they probably want to see whether their money comes along.
What? Oh my god! Let's go and chase them away.
No, wait. That Kodak relax. Wait.
Efiska's not the right. Wait. Kodak's like wait. Efiska's just walking on air.
I assume.
It's like chasing them away. It's like just a short-term thing that they're not gonna do anything until Nela come along.
Really? What if they kill Boris? Then we have no clothes.
Then they have no money.
But if they're backed by Makia, I bet they have a lot more power and they won't care.
They do, but if they don't really care, they wouldn't bother with the killing, right?
Fiska, as soon as you say that, right, just note down that you have one. Wait a minute. One count of wait a minute. Okay, you can just put quote marks. Something doesn't add up. It's a clue. Okay. One clue. Yeah.
One clue.
Yeah. Something doesn't add up.
Okay. Something doesn't add up. Okay. Okay, so this thug, right? Can I just like can I use like a cantrip minor illusion? I'll be like 30 feet away. I take out like a bit of fleece. I throw it in the air and I say some like cool words. And then like an illusion of kind of like Makia's head, but like Dali painting, like melting face and all that.
Okay.
Like comes down diagonally towards the is that can make sound or not? Oh, from a whisper to a scream. It can be someone else's voice.
Yeah, but it's either a sound or an image.
Or an image.
Right, okay, so the image will just like come down very, very slowly towards the guy and make sure that it's like in his visual range. And I want to be out of sight. Like just around the corner and like...
However, by creating this illusion, everyone in the street can see.
Why?
Because it's minor illusion.
Yeah, it's illusion. It's not a specific target, it's basically like everyone can see.
Yeah.
Oh, I just don't want anyone to see me doing it.
No.
Like everyone can see it, but I just don't want anyone to know that I'm the cause of it.
Okay, then what I'm going to ask you to do is roll a dexterity check. Roll a dexterity check to see how stealthily you can do this.
Okay.
Do you have a skill that can help you with this? Stealth doesn't count. Stealth, unfortunately, I will not accept because stealth is more for like being sneaky as a whole.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
Okay, sleight of hand. Yeah.
Shit.
Kodak is like, what are you doing?
Can Kodak help me? Can I hide behind Kodak?
I'm gonna be like, why are you hiding behind? What are you doing?
Can I hide? Can I have advantage?
Kaylen's taller.
Okay.
Kaylen's the only one in the group taller than Efiska.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Kaylen, you stand stand in front of Fiska and try your best to kind of like hide her. I'll say that you can add Kaylen's stealth modifier to your modifier to your.
I don't have stealth. I only have sleight of hand.
No, it's like sleight of hand.
I only have sleight of hand, not stealth.
So okay, then he can't. Then Fiska can't hide behind you. How would you use sleight of hand to help Fiska? How would Kalen use his own sleight of hand skills to help Afiska? Sleight of hand just means like you are familiar with distracting people so that they don't
know. Maybe I don't know, cause a diversion somewhere else, knock something over.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Noisy.
Okay. So now you can add your you can add your sleight of hand modifier. So how much is your sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand only +3.
+3. Wait, +3 is the dexterity, yeah?
Yeah.
Then your proficiency.
No, I have a proficiency. No, I have proficiency. I have +0 to dex.
Oh, okay, +3.
But I have proficiency, so I have +3.
Okay.
Okay, 11.
11 total?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that hard. It's not that hard actually, because like of the crowd around you, and they're not really paying attention to you. Yeah, the only person trying to pay attention to you is the tiefling lady. Yeah, and then with Kalen, Kalen spots what you're trying to do, spots the tiefling, puts 2 and 2 together, and immediately Kalen like starts to kind of like make a show of himself by distractedly kind of like.
I just walk past some barrels and like knock them over.
Yeah. By
accident.
Okay. So, yeah, so you walk past a few items, and then you bump into one of the barrels, and it causes a slight scene, and everybody turns to look. It was just enough of a distraction that the tiefling lady was actually almost like she almost like slammed into the person right in front of her, and then immediately as she kind of looks up, the distorted face of Makia, the tiefling, goes up to her, and she immediately screams. Like, as she screams, the whole crowd looks, and then they also see the same thing, and they all scream. They all scream and panic. Oh goodness!
Kalen screams just for effect.
Okay, you scream as well for effect. Everybody's screaming. Oh Empress, the humanity.
Among the scream, you hear a pshat as a coded face palm.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So the tiefling lady immediately like stops in her track as the face goes super close, and she immediately like tries to like whack it away. As her hand passes to the image, she immediately goes like, "What the?"
I'm just walking and talking to Kodak, like not like around the corner, like what's going on? You know.
Kodak turns his face to the side, refusing to meet the eyes of Afiska.
Okay, but Afiska's little distraction, right, actually gives all 4 of you advantage for your stealth roll, your dexterity check, which I'm going to ask for right now. Your dexterity check to see how stealthily you can walk. You can walk away from the scene without being detected by the tiefling lady.
Yes.
Lady. So it's a dexterity check, but if you have any skill that can help you with this, go ahead and use it. Go ahead and offer it so that I can tell you.
What? Dexterity.
I'm not.
I'm a rogue with no stealth.
I will perform my way out of the crowd.
Okay.
I will be like one of everybody around me. I will be
excellent. Okay, I accept that. Yes. Go ahead and add your proficiency. Anybody else? If nothing else, then you just add your dexterity.
I am going to pretend.
Yes.
To be.
I have like no stealth. I have an 8.
No.
You know what?
I'm going to grab Kayla and then see whether we can perform this together. We're going to pretend to be basically kind of like doing our own little religious empress sermon as we kind of just ignores this, as we kind of just pretend to be reading our religious text as we walk by.
So you're going to use religion lah.
You're going to use religion instead of your stealth. We're going to walk by.
It's an interesting proposition, and I will allow it actually. I will allow it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, but I've only rolled an 8. Can you help me?
I can try. Like how does this work?
So okay, because this is a check for every one of you, like all of you are being contested. So none of you can help each other right now. You all just have to hope that all of you can make it. Yeah. So Kaylan, you roll an 8, but what do you have any skill that can help you to add to that advantage? To add.
You know what? I'm beginning to think that like I'm a lost cause. You guys go ahead. I'll try and distract the tiefling lady further. Am I close to her?
You're relatively close to her.
Okay, so I'll like go and I'll actually like make contact casually, just like being like, oh, like, ma'am, are you okay? and stuff, and I'll like basically self-sacrifice to let the others get away.
Interesting. Okay, so then in this case, you roll a charisma check instead, not a dexterity check, a charisma check, and then you can use any skill to for your. Yeah, you can decide what skill are you using to help with this situation. Marina, can you roll? Did you roll?
I haven't rolled.
Okay, please go ahead and roll. And what's your skill that you're going to use to get away?
I think of all of it, most.
Oh, you rolled with advantage, right? Remember, you all can roll with advantage.
Oh, roll with advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Good, because that was a 1.
Oh,
That was
and
the
there's a
second one.
3.
yay!
A 3.
Oh.
I got a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled 21. I think the closest is probably deception,
Okay.
possibly.
Okay. Okay, Ken. Then Marina.
I'm just gonna sit down. I'm hurt anyway, so I'm tired. I'm just gonna sit down.
All right. Okay, Ken. So
Near our cut, I will be like,
okay. Fiska and Kodak, the both of you just kind of walk away.
No. This is when Marina sits down, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna try not to slam the book, the book which I pretend to be a text into my face. I'm gonna turn to Marina and says, "Do you need any help, young lady?" It's like gonna pretend to be like, a good missionary man who is like, someone is in need of help.
Oh, this is so good. Okay. So Marina, Marina, you're like, you know what? I can't run. I can't hide. I'm just gonna sit down. And as you're sitting down, you hear the snap of a bug. Would you like some help? Do you need help, young lady?
Yeah.
At the same time, Kaylan, you immediately shunted up to the tiefling lady as the others, like the crowd is kind of like being agitated. They see you kind of walking in with your charisma and your allure, and immediately people just kind of calm down as they go as they kind of like turn to you as the
but they
authority.
know of Kaylan, what?
Some people do, yeah. Some people do. Kaylan is slowly building up something of a reputation. Yeah. So Kaylan, you approach the tiefling lady and you say, what do you
I just
say?
sort of like steady her, like in the jostling crowd, and I'm like, ma'am, are you all right?
Okay.
I heard you scream.
Okay. So you do so, and then the tiefling lady immediately, she is shocked. She is shocked because she did not expect someone who has went into Boris's store, talked to Boris, and then comes out would go and immediately interact with her, and you can see the confusion, the suspicion, and then suddenly a little bit of doubt, and she goes like, no, I'm fine, I'm sorry, I just became lightheaded for some reason. I thought I saw a face.
A face?
And then as she said that, one old dude besides like, I saw it too.
A face? How odd. Perhaps you would like to sit down. I could get you a drink of water till you feel a little bit steadier on your feet. It'll help.
Thank you, but I'm fine. I don't need help. Look, we're blocking the road. Maybe we could just walk.
Sure.
Okay, and then the two of you start to walk, follow the crowd, follow the flow down the street. Marina and Kodak, how can I help you, young lady?
I'm gonna squat down and say that you seem to be hurt, and I whisper, "Get your ass up, Marina."
Hello, I have half health. I'm at half health.
They can get half of your body up. You're blocking the road.
I was sitting at our cart. You just need to push me back. Our cart. Is our cart there? Wait.
No, you did not bring your car.
No, we did not bring our cart here.
We didn't. Just continue on the road.
Oh, the simple pleasures of trying to get away.
So, this car is already halfway gone. All right, we gotta leave.
We could stay here and blend the crowd, and nobody will know. We didn't do anything.
We still need to see Makia.
One of the passerbys actually walked past and he goes, says, good priest, may I have a blessing from the Empress?
And I'm gonna be like, No. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna turn around and say that unfortunately this young lady seems to taken up most of my attention. I'm sure you can seek more help at the temple nearby. I'm gonna be like.
Of course. I apologize, good priest. My rudeness. Apologies for my
No,
rudeness.
please.
I did not know that.
I apologize for not being able to help.
Of course. And,
I'm gonna hide my notebook because anyone who see and know that it's not a Bible, it's not a text.
Yeah, it's not some kind of holy scripture.
Yeah,
so you
it's not.
immediately,
It's not.
Like
It's
store it in your vest. He kind of like looks like your bearing and what you were saying, what you were kind of like saying out loud, which is actually a common kind of occurrence in the streets of Goodstay. Like priests would actually roam around the streets, openly sermonizing. Openly sermonizing about the Empress, and it actually it kind of like acts something almost like the oh man, I forgot what's the Muslim kind of similar to the Muslims call to prayer. Yeah, except that it's not really a call to prayer, but it's a call of prayer in general. Yeah. So the band just kind of like awkwardly shuffles off, and then Kodak and Marina, the both of you, then get, oh okay, fine, let's just leave, because you also spot that Kaylin has dragged the tiefling lady away. So the tiefling lady, the tiefling woman, walking beside Kaylin, and he goes like, oh, I can't help but notice that your clothing is quite nice.
Oh, you like it?
Yes. Were you? I suppose you were at the shop, at the tailor's?
Oh yes, I was. I've heard that Boris makes the finest clothes in the whole city, so I thought I'd check it out.
Okay, so now this is a battle of wits. Okay, this is a battle of wits here.
Uh-oh. I'm not very smart. Kaylin is smarter than me.
No worries. Okay, so what you're going to do is like as the kind of like the conversation goes on, I'll be kind of calling for checks, either charisma, wisdom, or whatever. Yeah, based on how the conversation flows. And then once again, just use whatever skill you think will help in the situation. Tell me the skill that you think will help in the situation. How does it help? And then I will see whether you can add your proficiency or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's really good, I might even allow you to add advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Are tiefling common in this place?
No, they're one of the rarer kind of like races out there. Yeah. Or rarer lineages out there. Yeah, they're correct. Fiska is right. They're Yaga. Yeah. So tieflings or any of the non-fey, non-humanoid races would be considered Yaga. So that would mean I think the tieflings, the half elves, yeah.
They are.
Marina's like, yeah, I'm a Yaga. I'm a Yaga. So like you can see the tieflings, like her hair is this kind of like spiny looking kind of protrusions, and then the horns, her horns are actually twisted into this kind of ram-like horns, and like it almost looks like she's wearing this kind of Princess Leia look. Yeah, it almost looks like she's wearing this Princess Leia look, except that the horns are further up front, and then she has hair kind of like pulled back, almost like dreadlocks kind of look.
Okay.
Yeah. So she heard you mention the finest clothes at this and that, and she says, yeah, but a shame about the business. The business. I heard it's not doing very well.
Well, I wouldn't know. I just went to ask him for some clothes.
Okay. She's going to roll for wisdom. She doesn't have proficiency inside. Okay, Ken.
I brought my own materials, see?
She raises her eyebrow and she goes, oh, so you're an adventurer?
Yes. Well, when I'm not at my order, of course.
Okay. And she goes like, I see. You're a priest?
A cleric.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, my lord. Okay.
And something in, well, it's still in training. Not officially there yet.
So she actually uses the honorific my lord towards you, because clerics of a certain level are able to kind of like are able to afford certain privileges. Yeah. And then she says like, but a cleric, a man of cloth, going for nice clothing is very rare. I would say.
I just sort of smile a little, and I'm like, well, I have my backers, and well, they are not bound by such restrictions.
I see. And she goes like, okay, it is at this point, right? You can roll a charisma check. Hashtag subscribe to my Patreon. Top tier backers. No, subscribe to your Twitch channel.
Yeah,
Oh crap!
Please up.
Oh crap! No.
What's your roll?
9.
9. Okay. Are you adding? Do you have any skills that you think will help in this situation? You get the sense that I'll say that you're not too sure whether you are kind of like saying something that seems to have piqued her interest. That's all you can kind of like figure out.
Okay.
But what do you have any skills that you are going to use for this conversation?
No, just straightforward deception.
But how are you using that skill, the deception skill?
I just want to like make it all sound like not all that interesting, basically. Like I just want it to all sound plausible without giving too much away.
Okay, Ken. So
and like I'm trying to incorporate as much of the truth into it as I can, so my story doesn't immediately collapse.
Yep. So the best lies are always 90% truth. Yeah, the best lies are always mostly truth. So you give most of the truth, you drop a few things, and your tone gives off this sense of like you're kind of curious about you're kind of curious why she's curious, but at the same time it's like, yeah, this is like so mundane and so not even worth anybody's time that you don't even think twice about saying this. And you can even see that her, like, she falters slightly and she says, well, I don't know. I suppose if you have brought your own materials, I can see why this Boris will help you make whatever. Cause like, I think he was struggling to get materials ever since the debt started to pile in.
Can I try to probe her?
Okay. So, Kaylin, you tried to probe and you say, "Is that so?"
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, is that so? And then you can see that like she's still trying to poke and prod to see how much you know after your conversation with Boris. And then she goes, "Oh yeah, I think he used to have a business associate, some kind of friend from the old war. Yeah, some kind of friend before the old war and plague started to hit, and yeah, she started to rack up a lot of debts. Think she was trying to help him with a lot of money, but of course the fool borrowed too much and couldn't pay it back. Business wasn't good, I heard."
Oh. Well, I can't say I know much about it. After all, I just went with my materials, courtesy of, well, my donors, and I asked him to make me something and he agreed, and that is the end of it.
Okay, roll a wisdom check, please. So at this point, you're no longer using your charisma to kind of like draw her into the conversation. You're using your wisdom to try to maneuver around the conversation to make sure you don't reveal too much.
Okay, so what am I allowed to use with wisdom? Just my...
Any skill. Any skill.
I only have insight.
Why I like this new system.
only have insight.
Insight? Okay. Ken, so how are you using insight to help you with this skill? You can also use deception, actually.
Can I? I have a bigger bonus for deception.
Sure, you can add deception, but you need to you need to share how are you using the deception to maneuver and make sure you don't reveal too much.
Well, I'm kind of inciting in the sense that I'm trying to work out like where she's trying to go with it so that I don't stumble into a trap. And at the same time, trying to figure out how I can pull more information from her without making it too obvious.
Okay, so you can only choose one. Either you're using insight to do figure out what she wants, or you're using deception to to further protect yourself and obscure yourself?
Actually, I think I'm going to use deception for now.
Okay.
And I think it makes more sense with my last answer of pretending not to know anything.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you continue to modulate your voice. Your training has kicks in, and you modulate your voice slightly. You try to take on the role of someone who, like, yeah, I have no clue. I don't know what's going on. I'm disinterested. It's almost as if lying is like, when the time is right, lying is almost as natural as breathing to you. Yeah.
And got to roll for it?
Yeah. So wait, you already rolled, right? Roll a wisdom check and then add your your deception. So basically add your proficiency if you have deception.
Okay. 17.
17. Okay. So yeah, okay. So by the end, like the tiefling lady looks kind of like disappointed, and she says, I see. I apologize, my lord. I think I have confused you for someone else.
Oh, who did you think I was?
She says, and you can noticeably notice her disposition shift from being kind of like guarded and slightly hostile towards you to being indifferent, like she doesn't really care anymore. And she says, no one of importance. I've heard that they owe money, and many people are very interested to know where this business associate is, or the money to pay her back. Work has been hard lately. Tysrastov is getting crowded, really crowded, and there's not a lot of jobs out there anymore. I just have to take what I can get.
Oh. Well, forgive me, it's interesting to see a tiefling out and about.
And she kind of like smiles and she says, you mean us Yaga?
Yes, a tiefling is rare. Forgive me if this is, if I offend, I've offended you.
No. It's gotten much better ever since the Empress took over. The Empress preserved this city, but as you can see from that stupid prank, people still make fun of us. People still try to do stupid things, like that weird tiefling illusion.
So are you still looking for work then?
I'm currently employed. A very significant pause. I'm currently employed. Yeah.
Cool. I of course am occupied with my order. What do you do for a living? I try and make it sound conversational, like I'm just genuinely curious.
Okay. She goes like, I talk to people.
Talk to people.
You can roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
You can roll a wisdom check to kind of like determine how much of your doubt is well founded.
Okay.
It's
wisdom check.
Easy, yeah.
Insight?
Sure. Yeah. How are you using insight? Basically, yeah, it's a very straightforward. Is she talking shit?
Yeah. I just want to like determine what exactly she means. Is she talking shit? How much can I?
Okay, so
sort of glean from that.
How much was your roll again? Sorry.
9. And then if you let me use insight +5.
Okay. Yeah. So 9 + 5, 14. Yeah, she like, it's a very coy way of saying she shakes people down for money. Yeah, she's basically either some kind of bounty hunter or enforcer, something like that. Likely not a bounty hunter, you think.
Okay.
But again, you don't have the investigation skills, so you don't know. You just think she says it like that to mean that she.
No, I pretend ignorance, of course, and I'm just like, oh, I see. So, I see, and I just sort of like let it go, and then I'm like, and I sort of like look at him, I'm like, oh, you still look a bit shaken from the prank, you poor thing. And I sort of like smile my most winning smile. I know a great place for coffee just around the corner from here. Would you like Would you like me to tell
Kaylin
you
is like
something?
sounds like Kaylin's like running a dating simulator.
Yeah, like a great place for coffee. Like, do allow me to buy you something.
Okay, and for a moment you actually see that she's about to accept, but then she just goes like, I'm sorry, I can't. I have to go. Yeah, I have to go. My boss is waiting for me. Yeah.
Oh, very well then. It was nice meeting you, and I pause, waiting for a name.
She doesn't give one. Thank you.
And I just sort of like clear my throat, and I'm like, well, it was nice meeting you.
And she goes like, thank you, my lord, for your help. And then she turns and she walks away. Yeah.
Sighs.
Okay. You know what, Kaylin, I'm going to say that you just note down that you have a snippet. Okay, so Afiska, your clue, right? The something's not right clue. Can you just bracket like Nela, and then for Kaylin, you have
Wait. Let me get my pencil.
Okay. That's why we should boycott the Storos. I'm like reading the chat, guys. I'm enjoying your off to the side conversation, but
Okay, so what do I have a snippet of then?
yeah. So a snippet, basically an intriguing snippet of something related to Nela. It is not a clue per se. It is a piece of a clue. So if you collect enough snippets, it will become a clue.
Okay.
This is why we should boycott the store. Fiska is like so anti-Storos, it's like kind of funny. We should just kill the thugs. Ah, there's the chaotic. There's the chaotic, I know. All right. Okay, so Kaylin, once the thug leaves you, you walk your way. You try to make your way back, and you regroup with the party. All right, so the party of the four of you, you all sit. You all kind of like gather back together. And what is your plan now?
We're having a conversation in the side chat.
Oh, yeah. You had your conversation in the side chat. So, Kaylin, you can catch up on the chat later.
Okay.
This is so useful. You know what? I'm gonna use Zoom more often for games.
Oh yes, a ball.
By the way,
Preferably a masquerade.
By the way,
we can get all dressed up and like with our masks.
But by the way, you can even privately message. And like,
correct. Yeah. The beauty is I can privately message.
I privately message to Afiska here.
Yeah, you can even privately message to me. So if you need to say, like, if you need to do or say anything.
I mean, I do work for an important family. Exactly which family, I have no idea.
Hey, lady, Afiska is friends with the queen. I'm pretty sure both of you have the political power to do some shit.
If we join hands, we'll have the political power.
I mean, I'm also from like some influential family, and then we can like host a party, I guess. And then, wait, but what do we know of the political structure of the crown? Like, we need to find a friend that is on the same level as Makia.
Or we can just talk to Makia first, see what the hell he wants from the lady.
Are we trying to like angle it so that we are not going to be 100% truthful, or are we just going to be like, yo, what's
we can help him while helping us. What?
I don't think Makia cares whether we are 100% truthful or not, because even if we tell the truth, he will probably still try to investigate us, like thoroughly. Like I think he trusts like nothing that we're gonna say, no. So it's like we can just tell him everything and see what he's gonna say about it.
Sure. Okay.
Like I'm thinking of like just bargaining with him, because the thing is that if he is asking for a seamstress, maybe it has something to do with the Spidersilk, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure maybe we are the one with the reagent, we got the loom and all that. So maybe like we can strike a deal with him. It's like good for everybody. He improved his political standing. We get to get some value out of it.
Correct. You get a snippet. You also get a snippet related to Nela. Yeah. Basically, anytime you get a clue or a snippet, the theme is always something's not right. Something doesn't add up.
What if like in like he's like the bad version of Shield, right? And they're actually Hydra, and then he wants to use the loom and the silk for like evil. And okay, wait. We control the land now, right? The land of where the loom is and the only reagent is ours.
Well, no. Okay, we control the reagent, but not the land.
The land is under the stars.
Yes, the land is already under
Control the
stars.
stars. Then we will control the. Okay, I will climb up the ranks of the stars.
Wait, but we are like kind of like guardians of that land, right? Like we are in charge of kind of
Well,
regulating it.
Yeah, yes, we are in charge of the land.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Makia is in charge of us.
Okay, so
Kind
let's
of.
just go there and be like, what do you want? See what he thinks. Like, see what he thinks first. And I think like we shouldn't offer too much in case he just takes by force. I think he can just take by force.
I don't think he can though.
So all of you are talking about looking for Makia, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Kalen, how did the date go?
Yes, Marina.
Not very well. I didn't get much.
He considered it a date.
I didn't get much info.
I see. But by the way, can you let me just a religious text?
Why?
Because the next time I'm gonna pretend to be a priest, I think I need to have at least a book with me.
Fine.
Oh, you're gonna allow him to pretend to be a priest? Okay.
Well,
That's a bit.
Hey! I know enough to actually be one. All right.
sometimes we have to bend the rules a bit, don't we?
What? I have the highest religion here, guys.
Actually, honestly, he does knows
I
more
have the
than
highest
Caleb.
religion here.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Okay, let's go to boys' club.
Okay. All of you are gonna make your way to boys' club, but Marina looks like she says that okay, I'm pooped. I'm gonna need to rest. I assume.
I'm gonna stay back and.
No, you're coming first.
No. I'm not. I'm gonna talk to Albina. I think for us to genuinely make a difference, I need to be a person of standing.
No. You're coming with us.
No, you guys can handle this without me.
Marina, yeah, I will knock you unconscious and drag your body to Makia.
Fiska said you are going to look for your boyfriend. I'm not going to look for my boyfriend. We are not talking at the moment. We can't talk. The family has separated us. Anyway, the point is.
Oh, has Marina decided how old she is yet? Just out of curiosity.
Marina just decides. Oh, I'm 18 today. Oh, the next day. No, you know what? I'm more of a 14.
Yeah, wait.
You know,
One day.
woman never reveals her age, so.
Yeah, one day she's a married woman. The next day she's literally
Don't make me run a background check on you.
You guys will never know. Yeah. So because she doesn't really like us, but she needs to like me, especially if what's his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name.
Kuznetsov?
Yes, Kuznetsov. Wants to step down in the near future.
Whoa.
Wait, you
Marina,
think I'm going to replace Kuznetsov?
Yes, so
you
go.
That is actually an interesting ideal or goal to set for the character.
It's not really a goal. I don't really want to do it, but we have to do it.
Wait. What's with this sudden rush to grab onto a position of power? What's going on?
Because I don't think Makia is on anybody's good side, and in order to have any way to, fight him off, we will have to have positions of power, and this is the fastest way to get it. Fastest way to get it is to.
It's like everyone in our group heading down the evil path.
I'm not going down an evil path.
Whoa,
I think what Marina is doing by definition, going down the lawful good path.
Thank you.
By definition.
we are
I
not.
mean, like, you're like talking about being power hungry and climbing ranks.
Epic Scout with a suggestion.
Everyone is like left like, you know, like the good and like self-sacrificing kind of thing.
No,
it's their job to
Afiska's the
save
whole
for
like I
ourselves.
want to burn everything to the ground
No,
type of character.
in order to effect any kind of change, you have to be in positions of power. And if you
Well,
Yeah,
No, I
but
mean,
are you
Afiska's
really doing
suggestion
it
might
to
work.
save people, or are you just doing it for yourself?
You know, Afiska, if you want power, you can just sleep with Makia. Maybe it'll work.
no, so yeah, you guys go ahead. Goodbye.
no, you're coming with us.
Goodbye.
Kodak, help me.
Okay, it has been decided.
But-
I think
but
for the
Marina-
sake of the party, it has been decided. Marina stays back in the Storos while Afiska, Kalen, and Kodak leave. Afiska, you do your best to try to pull, but then you exit out with a small, you know, those like crayon Shin-chan, like a big bulge in your head, pong, from being knocked on the head,
Oh, okay.
and then you walk out with this bulge on your head.
All right.
Ow.
The flimsiest way is also to sleep with Makia. That's the flimsiest way.
I mean, he will.
I doubt he can be bribed like that.
No, you may never
Yeah,
know.
Kalen goes like, yeah, I don't think that's how Makia works.
Uh,
All right.
well, without Afiska, there's definitely. I mean, without Marina, there's a bit less chaos and unpredictability.
Kodak goes like, okay, I can. My
Oh.
calculations are a bit easier now.
So that should be in our favor. Actually, I don't want her to. I don't want Marina to go over, you know, the place, because I think that the Albina might hate us more after she's done whatever she's gonna do.
So, Kodak, Afiska, and Kalen, you all troop back. Make your way back to the to where the boys' club used to be. And as you approach, you suddenly, all of you kind of like, you all stand in a row, and all of your head all tilt to one side as like the boys' club is now a chicken coop.
Wait, what?
Is it an illusion? I try to touch it.
You're going like, it's an illusion, and you slap it, and immediately like a bunch of feathers just pull out as like some chickens like rush out from the chicken coop, all clucking very indignantly at you.
Does any one of them look like Makia?
There is potentially polymorph. You can try hitting all the chickens until they become Makia.
No, I'm not gonna kill chickens.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you don't think any of them are Makia.
I mean, well, this makes sense in a way. You know, he's not gonna stay at one place at a time, right? You know, considering that, like you say, he's not on anyone's good side. Pretty sure he got lots of enemies.
He's on the Queen's good side, and I think we just have to follow the fun. Whatever that is. Can I just look around and see where there's like...
Ooh, a Fiska's trademark line. Follow the fun, wherever that is. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. That's a cool line.
ruckus? Any like commotion, noise, color?
Okay, you know what? Fiska, go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Okay. 19.
19? Okay. Just a charisma check. Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of like think around. Okay, where would all the fun be? And then your eyes scan, and then you think of a moment, and you say, and like you immediately like and then you bring the three of you. You all find yourself in a slightly seedier part of the city, and in this big tavern, and in your mind you're thinking like, okay, this is like if there are thugs, they're definitely drinking here. The beer is cheap, the ale is cheap, the beer is cheaper, but it probably will kill you. But who cares? It's good. It's good enough. So yeah, it's cheap. There are whores of both the male, female, and indeterminate variety. Yeah, and the waiter's quite cute as well. And then you're like, I'm sure there's gonna be fun here. And then like you open the door, and he goes, and yeah, you can hear the ruckus of the crowd as like people are like talking talking over each other, shouting at each other. You swear that two people are making out or doing unseemly things somewhere in the corner over there. But yeah, the one that draws most of your attention is, as you're scanning about, is that you're looking for the thugs.
All right. Kodak will say that. All right. The two of you, good luck.
You're gonna okay. So
I'm gonna stay outside.
Okay.
Stay outside. I'm gonna look for Makia. Where's Makia? Anyone? Makia.
So you start to go into this tavern and you start to kind of like just like drink, and you talk to people, and you kind of like ask around, like say, oh, do you know that, is there a do you know a guy named Makia?
I don't do that. I just like scan. I just act cool. I get a drink, and then I try to look for someone who's like a bit flirty, trying to like cause trouble between other people, and then going around and causing trouble. Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute. Okay. You kind of like go around paying attention. Your kind of like natural charisma draws people attention towards you, and therefore allows you kind of like access to kind of like just look into their inner lives slightly, like what are they doing, and you kind of like just go into the crowd, and they kind of just let you in for some reason, but they just let you in. Maybe it's your natural vibe. Maybe it's the fact that you kind of play your instrument is a lyre, correct?
I have a dulcimer, which is like a double guitar.
Okay. So maybe it's the fact that you're playing your dulcimer and you're just kind of walking around casually. Yeah. Occasionally you steal someone's beer and drink it. That person would have tried to hit you, but that person you're pretty sure that person is poisoned. But you drink it anyway. You drink the beer anyway, and you poke it back, and then you go back. And as you're going, so this is where you hear like snippets of people, like of familiar names, like Nela, Boris, Makia, and then you hear like, look, the boss ain't gonna be happy that we can't find that we just can't find this Nela bitch.
I'll just like pretend to be turned away, but I'm actually quite close, and I'll listen. I'll just continue listening in.
Okay, so you continue to listen. In the meantime, Kodak and Kaylan, Kodak, you're outside, and Kaylan,
Yes.
you're beside a Fiska or walking around the tavern?
I don't know. I've pulled my hood up and tried to make myself a little bit less recognizable.
Okay, so that would be a charisma check as well, but in this case, it's checking to reduce your attentiveness.
Okay.
Okay, Kodak.
So what would it be? What would it come under?
Just like I said, I only tell you what ability. You need to tell me the skill set that you want to use. Yeah, Kodak.
Yeah. I don't go into such seedy places.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a guy who willing to go outside and risk his life, but when it comes to drinking, nope, no seedy places.
Okay. Is it because it affects your intellect?
Oh no, because my parents told me not to.
What the hell?
Such a good boy. I like it.
What the hell? We
Can
are
I use deception?
Sorry, Kaylan?
Can I use deception?
Sure. Okay. How are you using deception to reduce?
Just trying to make my appearance less. I mean,
So
like,
how are you lying to reduce it to make it seem like you're not who you are?
Wait, do I have a spell?
You could use a spell or cantrip. Okay, while you're checking that, Kodak, good boy, Kodak.
Okay.
I can't believe those 3 words appear in the same sentence.
Yep.
Appear in the same.
Can I minor illusion change my appearance a little bit?
Yeah, I'll say can. Yeah. So okay, instead of a skill, you this then. All right. So you cast minor illusion with your roll. I'll say that as like you pull your hood up, you whisper a few words, and then you with a few of the hand gestures, subtle, and you hide some of your features. Your chin suddenly doesn't look as defined as usual.
I give myself a beard.
As a beard. Okay, a small beard kind of like just materializes around your face. It's going to be very obvious if you talk because the beard doesn't move when you talk.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you keep your mouth shut, it should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you keep yourself kind of like unawares, and you also kind of like listen in on the conversation with Afiska. And okay, Afiska, if now you can spend the clue. Now you can spend the clue. You can now spend the clue that you got in this encounter if you wish, or you can hold on to it and not use it to make any connections. Make any
As in,
eureka
I
moments.
can spend it in my mind, or do I have to actually talk to these people?
Just spend it in your mind as you're listening to
yes,
people.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, so yeah, you spend the clue. So in future situations, this clue will no longer be usable. But then he says, you overhear one of them say like, "Oh, look, boss is already taking a big risk using some big name, a big ass name to get that person's attention. If we don't find this Nela bitch, he'll hang all of us." Especially you, and he points to the dragonborn. You don't have a tail, but I imagine that he'll find a way to pull the tail out of you.
Okay.
So your clue has now converted into a fact, which is, it sounds like someone is using the name Makia.
Oh, so okay, the boss.
Marina's like, wait, what? Georgia's like,
Wait.
oh man, that's such a cliche. That's such a cop out.
So it's good that we didn't go and confront Makia.
If he was a bad guy.
Sorry?
Okay, maybe it's cool that we don't know his intentions.
So the thugs are at risk of being hanged lah. And then
Everyone of them is being at risk of being hanged.
okay, so
Everyone in his pocket. So there's apparently this big boss, and apparently using some kind of big name, and you spent the clue to make the connection. It's like, wait a minute, why would Makia care about 1,000 gold pieces? He's literally the right hand of the queen. He's literally the right hand of the queen. He has the entire treasury at his disposal.
Okay. So Makia's totally is not about the silk or whatever weapon. It's someone else. Do I know of any like underground organizations or like big names, bosses, you know?
You are unlikely to know, but there's someone in the party who might, and the entire party turns meaningfully towards the rogue in the rogue in the party.
No. I'm outside. All right. I'm outside. My parents told me not to go to places that encourages vices.
Oh please,
Right.
you and your parents.
I spit out my beer that I did not drink, and then I just like
Clever girl.
walk out and roll my eyes and like open the door and be like Kodak and ask him like, do you know anyone, any like Yakuza type organizations? What is Yakuza, right? But like any underground organizations, bosses that might be active, you know? Because Makia is not the one that we're looking for. It's someone else using Makia's name. And we might get brownie points with Makia if we tell him that this guy is using Makia's name.
Whoa. What kind?
We can, you know, bring him to Makia and do something funny with him.
Whoa, wait, what? Okay, wait. Firstly, what kind of crazy guy would use Makia's name for shit?
Precisely. This boss must be
Like,
some big
Okay,
ass.
Kodak, you get that snippet is now a clue.
yeah, it's like what kind of
Yeah, that snippet is now a clue.
what kind of crazy like what? You can use a lot of names, but Makia really? Like that's like asking to get yourself killed, or worse.
All right.
Could be the queen. Ha!
The queen uses Makia.
Hey,
I'm not there, I'm sorry, but like, I mean...
Oh my god,
Okay.
you're like talking up Kuznetsov, right?
Yeah. When she asked that, I'm gonna like take out my notebook to basically like I'm gonna use my history
Okay.
to check to see whether is there any like any organization that is have enough balls and power to actually kind of like think like, oh, yeah, let's use Makia's name and 1,000 gold pieces to try to find a lady. It's like that's like next level crazy and desperate.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intelligence check, and then you could add your history using your little book of
my little book that I got from writing all the scribes. Oh, that's a 15 plus plus how much? Plus 7?
Okay,
Yeah,
15 plus
plus
7,
7.
22.
Yeah,
Okay.
22.
22 is good enough. Pretty good score actually. So you kind of like think about it and say, who would be crazy enough? And you say, Crazy Ivan? Nah, too cliche.
Yeah.
Crazy Ivan, too cliche.
Nah, he's probably dead by now.
Someone shoot me. Okay. Let's see. There is maybe Yakov. Yakov is kind of crazy, but not to that extent. Lazar, maybe, and then it's like, and you actually kind of like struggle just Lazada. no. And then you go like,
oh my god, I see that thing everywhere every time on YouTube. Oh my god.
And then you go like, what about Maxim? And then you go like flip through your notes and say, Maxim might be crazy enough to use this name. And so the open secret for Maxim is that he's the little princeling to a house.
Oh.
He's the little princeling to a house, but he likes to play gang lord.
Ah.
Yeah.
I see. The rich boy got bored and tried to pretend he has power. Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, you're kind of like aware of this guy. You're kind of aware of this guy and his shenanigans.
Right.
He doesn't do anything like too egregious, like robbery, arson, those kind of things. He's been known to kind of like send his little friends, his little minions out to kind of like shake down people for it. For some reason, he just seems to enjoy collecting debts.
Collecting debts. Okay.
Yeah. You think he might be crazy enough to use big shot names because of his connections to his inherent high position to begin with as a person in the house. Yeah. And not everyone in the city knows who are in all those like big houses. So
as nobility, would I know? Will he be like a friend?
You know of him, but you've never spoken to him directly. Marina, I know Marina is not there, but Marina, you being a sorcerer for a house, you are expected to learn like all the different houses, so you are also somewhat familiar of Maxim.
Maybe he was your fiance at one point.
And what about Caleb and his sponsors? Might he have heard something?
Okay, Kaylan, you kind of like think for a moment, like you don't know the name Maxim, but you do know of the house. Yeah. And the house's name is Apex.
Maxim Apex.
Apes, yeah. It looks like apes, but yeah, Apes. It's pronounced Apes.
Apes.
I'm gonna be like
Maxim Apes, yeah.
I'm gonna be like maybe this Maxim Apex guy, he may be crazy enough. I mean, we can try to find out if you're interested. You can go there and pretend to be, his new information guy, trying to go over and say that Maxim send me to check on you lot, it's like so how's the progress? If they report them, obviously it's Maxim. If they look confused, probably not.
You should do it.
Yeah, no, my parents say that do not walk into places that encourages violence.
This stupid my parents think is gonna be one of your character traits, isn't it?
Yes.
I will ask them to come out to meet you. Yeah?
No, not like why don't you just do it?
Okay, I will disguise self.
Yeah.
What about Kaylin?
I don't know. Is the tiefling lady there? Maybe I can accidentally bump into the tiefling and test the theory since we already have some level of familiarity.
Okay, you know what? This is something that you're relying completely on chance for. So you can wait. You still have inspiration, right? One of you guys have my inspiration, the DM inspiration that I gave you, the fate point.
I think I used mine.
if you use yours, someone in the group, I remember someone in the group still is holding on to a fate point. Because if there is, then you can spend it.
Wait, what? Peacekeeper.
Okay, this tells me that, okay, you don't have that fate point. So unfortunately, fate was not on your side, and yeah, you don't see the tiefling lady.
Oh, well.
Can I just wait, Kaylen? You can't talk because of your fake beard.
Okay, you go.
He can, but it would the beard would just look
You
stationary as he
just bring Kaylen along. Like the you know how these things always goes in pairs. This one tough, shady looking guy, and the other one who's the face of the the representative.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know how usually goes in the stories.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll look like. I won't look like fire genasi. I'll look like earth genasi, but same height. I'll be a woman. I have like scars and shit. I only have one eye.
Oh no!
You're casting disguise self, is it?
You should make yourself look as attractive as possible. Like kind of like the bad cop and the good and the pretty cop. Make that display or everything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll disguise as I'll be like fucking hot.
Yeah, the Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
Yeah. I got like scars. Like I'm wearing like one of those like super RPG like.
Oh dear God.
Are you talking about the female chest armor?
Yes. Like it's very useless, so I just show a lot of skin. And I'll walk in with like a bit like I
Okay. People are going to immediately peg you as like, okay, you're either some kind of crazy barbarian woman, because like the barbarians tend to not wear anything when they charge into battle. Yeah. Yeah, or you're just one of the many crazy ideas the innkeeper decides to employ in order to keep selling people poisoned beer, cheap poisonous beer.
Right. I got it before. I've got to say,
I follow like a very scary looking shadow.
Okay, yeah, head put down and everything.
I walk directly towards the table.
So, Chokma, Afiska and Kaylen and Kodak, this part we will pause in here because I want to go back to I want to end the session with Marina.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Marina, you staying back at the guild house. Yeah.
I am. I go look for. I'll go look for Kuznetsov first.
Okay, so you enter inside the house. You're kind of like, oh, okay, I can finally take a breath, and then you kind of like look around, and you see Albina kind of like scribbling something occasionally, and one of her eyes just kind of like, her eyes are like different, like Dragonborn eyes can operate like independently. So one of the eyes will go clack, look up at you, and then clop, come back down. Yeah, Kuznetsov is actually sunbathing. Like she's just sitting beside the window, just kind of like letting the sun just kind of bake him as he's kind of like just sitting there.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Make a quick soup, like instant noodles style, just like phew.
Okay.
And then like go to Kuznetsov and sit down. Then pass a cup to him, just quietly.
He purrs as he kind of like puts a hand up like thanking you for the soup, but asking you to put it on the table first.
Well, I need more anyway, cause like I have like half health.
Okay, and you take the soup and you're like, okay then, and you just drink more of the soup. So add 1 hit point restore 1 hit point for yourself.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, it is really good soup. Yeah. Kuznetsov says, I have yet to thank you and friends for stocking up our food supplies. We have been eating well the past 2 days.
Eating well is the first step to living well and to doing our jobs well. Don't you agree?
Wise words. Wise words, young Marina. and he continues to like just bake for a moment, like continues to bake. He's gone. You almost like for a moment you can imagine him as a young like cub, young Kuznetsov, and you imagine this was what he would have been doing, like just kind of like baking in the sun, enjoying the heat.
The other conversation that we had the other time.
I remember.
About a successor? What were you talking about then?
He opens one of his eyes. He's open one of his eye. Very subtle, young apprentice.
Oh, I am not being subtle at all.
I know. He kind of like chuckles actually. So, you are surprising. You are one of few. You are one of very, very few who is interested in seeing me step down.
Only because you were talking to me about it in the first place.
Of course. But others, when I tell them this story, they tell me, no, Kuznetsov, you must stay. You must lead Storos. Fat good I am doing, huh? And he kind of like gestures towards the entire guildhouse and he bursts out laughing. And you can see Albina like at the corner going like that. She's going like,
what does that mean?
Would you like to find out? You can roll a wisdom check.
I would
and then
try.
use whatever skill set you have.
15. I guess insight, because I'm trying to pay more attention to my conversation right now.
Okay. So how much is the roll?
17 in total.
So 17 in total. Okay. Albina's kind of like reaction is one of like discomfort at the idea, at even the slight idea or mention of Kuznetsov stepping down.
She can hear us?
Oh, Kuznetsov is loud. Kuznetsov is loud and he doesn't care. He's an old grumpy cat. Yeah, he doesn't really care who hears.
I'm trying to have a private conversation and he's just shouting it out like an old man.
I mean, he is 80-something years old. Okay, sorry, he's 68 years old, not 86. I'm like trying to remember his age. Okay, yeah, he's 68.
Albina bristles about that.
Yeah.
How do you bristle? Never mind.
Anyway, yeah, so she bristles at that idea, but yeah, you kind of like keep it down, and then like Kuznetsov says, "Oh, this is private conversation. I apologize." And he actually steps away from his baking thing, and he kind of goes slightly more serious as he kind of like comes down and he looks at you. Very well, private conversation.
Is he softer now?
Sorry?
Is he softer now?
Yes, much softer now. Yeah, much softer now. Yeah.
Why would you talk to me about the idea of succession if you weren't looking to step down?
You assume, apprentice. I do wish to step down. I am old. Look at me. You see belly? You see this belly forming? It is not good belly, I tell you.
Exercise would help me.
Oh no, I will bear lacerated most of muscles and organs.
Oh man.
Oh.
It is tough job being Storos. And I admit, I am stuck in old ways. I have been thinking of conversation. I've been thinking of conversation with you, young Marina. And it is true, there is need of change. Unfortunately, many Storos here, they trust me too much. They hear of stories of me building guild and think I am all-knowing, all right. But I am just cat. I enjoy cutting wood, or in my case, splitting it open with bare hands. Ah, and he kind of like laughs loudly, but when he talks, it's quiet. Yeah. he like okay, like now that like things seem to be calm, and he has heard of the party's like first actual success in clearing, or at least like burying some lanterns. He seems to have developed a little bit more friendliness towards you. Yeah.
While we were out in the field, we encountered some of the other type of lanterns, the ones that can have some sort of sentient.
More of these monsters, and he
Yes.
put his hands together. Interesting. This is new development. When we were out, when we started, all we had to worry were just lanterns. But apparently 30 years have created new things, new problems.
Well, tragic problems.
Tragic. How so?
They live in their minds. They don't know how much time have passed. They are shell of themselves.
And he looks kind of like slightly disturbed at that. Is that okay? Hello, hi, Jason.
Your sneeze was so loud.
Hi, Jason.
Hi,
He's still
Jason.
working on his D&D campaign. Anyway.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah.
So Kuznetsov goes quiet, and he looks actually quite serious, and like the jolliness that he was kind of presenting is not there, and he says,
What can I do to help you step down? And
you must learn more.
That sounded more like a threat.
Excuse me.
What can I do to help you step down?
He wants to do it. I'm not forcing him. He wants.
He appreciates the sentiment, though. Yeah, you can tell that he is like. I guess Marina, now that like you hear him saying all these things, and this is where you start to notice like the scars on his body, like the fur doesn't look as like pristine as you imagine that it used to look. The scars that used to look very kind of like a sign of power, and like now you can see the actual like weathering it has kind of like the toll it has taken on his body. Even the belly thing, like he say it as a joke. Yeah, he needs a spade, definitely a Fiska. Yeah, but even the belly thing you see there is a joke, but like you can see entire torso, like the torso is like just kind of like the torso portion, at least those portions where like the clothing slightly exposes. Yeah, it's all the signs of age is catching up to him, and you don't think he can keep it up any longer soon. Yeah, but he says, I must remain. For now, I must remain. No one is interested in leadership. No one is interested in change. Perhaps.
Raise his hand.
And he kind of looks at you and he kind of smiles slightly, and he's like, yeah, like tabaxi smiles are like kind of like baring their fangs, almost like they're almost like reaching out to eat, but like that's how they smile. Yeah. But they look at but he looks at you and he says, you have potential, but you need more training, and you need more, shall we say, authority, power, in terms of your ability to lead. Do you know what it means to lead, young Marina?
It's to serve.
Shots fired.
To lead is to serve.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, such cliches. Such cliches.
Okay, maybe it is a bit of, show charisma, trying to get everybody on your side. Everybody's working towards a common goal.
And he kind of like chuckles. He chuckles, and it's a low purr of a chuckle, and he says, to lead is to. You are not completely wrong, but to lead is not to serve, is to connect. To make inspiration.
Sorry. Oh, character. You sound like an old man.
Thank you. That was what I was trying to go for.
He is an old man.
I am an old man.
He's an old man.
Most of the time, I already am.
Write that down. To lead is to
To lead is to connect, to make inspiration, not necessarily to serve. They serve you. But more importantly, they serve what you represent. And what do you represent? How do you connect your people to this idea, to cause you have?
Well, she got icks.
Ooh, themes. Okay, anyway. Yeah. And he says, I notice you and Porabina not making friends, not making good friends. He has this habit of using his paws to kind of like do this kind of weird things whenever he talks about
Yes,
connecting.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that. Sounds a little petty, but I wanted to know what she liked so that we can get off, I guess, restart our footing. She doesn't seem to like us very much, and well, I think that there needs to be some sort of revamping around here, starting with food, and then maybe the warehouse, and then maybe the entire estate, and then recruiting more storage. I almost said storages.
Storage.
Storage.
Storos, yes. The plural is already storos, yeah. Okay, he goes, do you know what was original job of scribe?
I do. I'm a scribe.
Your originally Elbina was warrior, just like all of us. She was meant to go out, to catalog, to cartographize, to create maps, to learn, to create new knowledge. However, time has passed, and as the guild grew smaller, her responsibilities grew larger. She became more chained to work here. It has left her bitter. And it is my regret that I could not send her out more often. Although she is also getting on in age, yeah? Look at her.
How old is she?
Let's see. When I started Stora, she was very young. She was very young girl, only perhaps 10 of age. Now she is 40, 50. Dragonborn live quite long lives, but not that long. She is getting on in age. Not as fast as before.
But she knows a lot.
She knows much, and she believes the right place to go to build Storosh is to learn of the outside world.
She
She
sounds like
knows of the outside cities because
I won't be surprised. I have spent many nights learning maps from her. Much of our territory today, she knows, she controls. But of course, she is stuck here, and very few of us can help. Her original party wiped out by Vrak. Albina sounds like the parents trying to live through their children after failing her own dreams. Oh!
I'm so sad. Well, what can I do to, as you say, connect with her, inspire her?
You know what, young Marina? I shall let you figure out. This is your homework. And he puts his claws on the table. You wish to lead? Prove to me you can lead. And then perhaps finally I can enjoy sunbathing without people coming to me and asking for favors over and over again. And then he starts to mumble.
Oh no. Old man grumble. Okay.
Yeah. Like he jokingly slowly gets out like an old man, but you can see the muscles ripple on his shoulders as he gets up quite easily. He's a big, heavy dude, but like he lifts up easily.
I stand up and I walk over to Albina.
One of Albina's eyes looks up at you.
And then like, cause I was drinking one soup and then holding the other, I pass out the other soup.
Our soup.
Hours. Anyway, Albina goes, she says, "Thank you, young apprentice," and she sets it beside her as she continues to scribe. It's kind of impressive, like how by virtue of the fact that both her eyes are independent, she can kind of write and have one eye trained on you. So it's kind of like she's working, but also paying attention to you at the same time, and it's kind of freaky to your humanoid mind.
Okay, she can't spy like I can, right, X?
Sorry.
She can't spy like I can.
Yeah,
Right.
and then X goes like, "Look at the eyes. What is the eyes doing? Is that normal? Is that supposed to happen? We don't meet a lot of Dragonborns. Maybe you should ask." Oh wait, no, that would be rude. But if you do ask, then you'll learn. Then you'll never have to be rude ever again. And then you can hear X already like start to chatter in your head. The intuition in you just kind of burning.
Oh my god, I don't want to. Albina.
Okay. Wait, sorry. Just before you start your thing with Albina, from your conversation with Kuznetsov about Albina, you'll have one, I guess one story about Albina. Yeah, Albina's story. Just one mention of it. You can use that in the future to kind of like something related to Albina somehow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So it's a social inventory kind of thing, a social item that you can use later on. If you ever decide. Okay, anyway. Yeah. So Albina goes and says, "You are speaking to Kuznetsov about something. God, peculiar. Other new recruits long ago rarely talk to him.
Why not?
They are intimidated.
He's nice.
Yes, but he represents the guild. He represents us, the keepers.
I think we represent the guild."
She kind of like, now both of her eyes are trained onto you. And she stops writing. And she says, "Oh, is that so? Oh, is that so? Tell me,
what?
young Marina. Tell me, Marina." She doesn't use young Marina. That's only Kuznetsov. Only Kuznetsov uses that on you. Sorry, I'm still transitioning out of old man.
Transitioning out old man.
Tell me, young Marina. You speak of we, yet you and your friends do not contribute to the storage.
Yeah, because what we have right now is useless. Do you want things that are useless?
I'm gonna say roll an intelligence check. This is you trying to convince her with arguments saying that like, yeah, this thing is
It's
of
true.
value. Yeah, exactly. It is true. That's why it's an intelligence check.
Yes, it was.
Yo, I'm not rolling well today.
No worries.
Right now, useless.
Any
That's
skills
like-
that you can use to bolster your thing? I really like this new. I'm sorry that I threw out this whole new way of doing things again, but I really like this. Like, oh, just roll this check, and then you guys tell me what skills you want to use.
I'm gonna like persuade with all my heart and soul.
Okay.
I rolled a
Persuasion.
3. Okay, it's not great, and
Okay.
and
Mhm.
yeah, because I am not as smart as her, I want to use her intelligence. That sounds very bad. I want to expand on her intelligence because it is good for everybody.
Okay. So you. So, what was your roll then with your persuasion?
9.
9. Okay. Yeah, you try your best to kind of like say, but look, the spider silk isn't that valuable, and then Albina goes, that spider silk, one bale of spider silk alone can keep us fed for a month.
You know what can keep us warm? Actual clothing made of spider silk.
And she goes, intriguing.
Intriguing, yeah.
You know of people who can do it for us?
Well,
And how will we afford it?
let's just say we have connections, or we're building on them.
Hey, connect.
What A connect?
A connect.
B
See?
connect.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Connections. And she says, so you know of people then?
Well,
That is surprising.
sometimes you don't even know people. You can make friends. It's not hard. Oh, that sounds bad. It's in my head. It's not hard. Really? That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, X goes like, you can hear X's face palm in your mind. Like X literally, you know, like the gif of like the entire opera house like face palming.
No, I don't know that gif.
Oh my goodness, that okay. I gotta show it to you guys later.
Yeah, guy, you know, like you know, everything face palm together.
Yeah. Like everyone is in the theater and then suddenly track. It's so satisfying. Anyway, I'll show it to you guys later. But anyway, X duplicates himself and goes like makes that multiple face palm.
I think X were more like, you know, the open eyes, closed eyes, and then open up again. You know that. You know, easy.
And, it's okay. Albina goes bristles slightly and she says, yes, making friends is hard. Is hard for people like me. I do not talk normally. I do not act normally. There are very few of us of my kind. It is unfortunate truth. But I try. I have tried many years to keep Storos afloat. Perhaps a new face is needed.
Maybe.
What is your plan for the spider silk then? You are saying it will become closed for us?
Well, if all goes right, then we will have a lot of spider silk. If not, these two people are really...
Yeah, Fiska and Kodak are like...
You can have more spider silk and sell to people, bro. Okay? You want to sell, you can sell. It's not that difficult.
No. You say if all goes right. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, if all goes right, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
That's
You're tempting the dungeon master.
Yeah, it's like if all
I think
goes
that's what
right,
Kodak is.
yeah.
Sorry, Yi Liang is saying.
Yeah.
You're tempting the dungeon
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no.
okay, fine. If all goes wrong, then if all goes wrong, are you happy now? If all goes wrong,
Anyway, okay.
the wrong
Marina,
side.
sorry, roll a charisma check, please.
Man, so difficult.
Roll a
I
charisma
just
check. So,
want to jump people and then, you know, like, just forget it.
no, your conversation, like right now, you are making an earnest attempt at connecting with Albina to convince her that like you're on Storos' side, despite the unconventional, like, or to her the
I
unconventional
really
ways.
don't want to be, but I guess we have to be. So 16. What was it that I was supposed to roll for again? Charisma.
Charisma, yep.
With my ability mod. Is there ability mod?
Yep. So add your charisma, and then if you have a skill, you can add the proficiency.
I mean, I was still doing my persuasion.
Yep.
So that would be 16 plus 3 plus 6. Is it?
Plus 3 first, right? Plus
Yeah.
3, and then if you have the persuasion, you plus another 3 because you are proficient in it.
Oh,
You've already added the charisma, yeah.
okay. Then I plus 6 then. So that would be 32.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, so your earnestness, Albina is still doubtful of like your commitment to the Storos, and you yourself feel like, yeah, I'm not that attached to the guild, but you do believe enough of what you said, like you do in some part of you, maybe it's X, I don't know. Yeah, you do believe in that in what you said enough that like Albina can actually sense the earnestness.
We can make an actual difference. And
Albina goes like, I was never much of an administrator. And Timothy here, he is fine, but... And then like you can hear Timothy goes like, hey!
fine.
Albina goes like, Timothy is fine, but he lacks vision. Perhaps you will be the one with vision. Very well. I put stock in you. I promise not to make any more testy comments or looks at your party. But I am impatient. Sooner or later, I expect results.
Well, sometimes we all make weird comments. Yeah.
From slightly hostile, you can see Albina opening up slightly, and she's not friendly per se, but like she is more towards the like neutral, like I'm going to see what you guys are going to do.
Before I leave,
Yeah.
I want to ask her about like the maps that she keeps, or like yes, extra in range. That's what she needs.
She needs to receive stress. Not a bad idea,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah. Okay.
But I wanna, because back in session 3, our mission from
That was long ago.
Yes.
Ass time ago.
from what's his name again? Makia,
Yeah.
is to get a live round, which we failed on doing.
Yeah.
And now we need to get new information on any cities. That I guess just any cities. So like a map would be a great start.
Okay.
If you can help us get a map so that I can understand more about the landscape around us when we go out. And understand it.
She looks pretty pleased actually that someone is interested in her work, and she turns and she barks at Timothy. Boy, my maps, please. And then Timothy says, yes. In a very Japanese way, like hi. Like, yes, okay. And then like he brings you to the back of the counter, and this is where you see the office. You expect like I guess you don't know what to expect, but when you open it, it's surprisingly neat and organized. Yeah, and you can see there are many cubby holes with like scrolls and paper. He goes to one of the cubby holes and he kind of like, he pulls out and he rolls open the scroll. It's a long scroll. And then you can see Albina poking her head through the door, and she says, this is my magnum opus. 20 years of drawing. During the war and then after. An entire map of Rodina, and she unfurls. And you can see the entire island. You see markings on it. You see intricate lines representing roads and rivers. And then even I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by Shaw's screen. She's disappeared, but then I see a head popping in and out.
There's a hit. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what she's doing. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so you see lines representing roads weaving in and out rivers. You see forests. But the interesting about this map is that it seems to be live not in the sense that it's writhing and alive, but like you see updates. You see like trees being drawn over rivers. You see roads being kind of like crossed out, crisscrossed. You see Tysrastov, the castle, expand, grow as like a new wall was built slightly around it. Yeah. So yeah, it's an updated map. But this map was like written over and over, drawn on top of each old successive map. But in such a way that it's comprehensive and it doesn't look like a mess. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty impressive actually. Yeah.
Can I mean, I need help studying, so help. I'm gonna be here. I guess this is my long rest.
Okay. And with that, like Albina goes like, very well. And she kind of like, Timothy, boy, man the counter. And Timothy's like, but no one comes in here anyway.
They will.
Albina likes that. Albina likes that. She's going to remember that. Anyway, I don't know. When did I turn into a telltale game? Anyway, okay, so we will end the session here. Yeah, we will end the session here. At this point, all of you, your long rest has kind of like quote unquote completed. You refresh your half of your hit dice, so you can use it to heal if you need to. Yeah.
What's half of my hit dice? 5d6. 2.5.
Round down or 2.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Guys, I only got 22 hit points.
But that's when you buy potions to heal yourself.
Yeah, that's why I want to go and buy potions.
Okay, so what you can do, right, is you can message me on Telegram or in our group to say like, oh, okay, by the way, during this long rest period. So right now it's technically downtime lah. Like while Afiska, Afiska and Kalen are like talking, like trying to kind of like grab the attention of whoever is there to learn about Maxim. And
I
then
got 9 points.
Yeah. So at the same time, if you want to buy potions, go ahead and spend your money to buy them and then heal up. Okay.
But you don't have enough to buy potions. How much is a potion?
How much do you have right now?
I have 15 gold pieces.
I have 40.
Okay. So a common healing potions can be purchased from the basically the garrison lah. The garrison because they keep a stockpile and they control the supply. You can buy one for emergency purposes for about 3 a bottle, 3 gold pieces a bottle.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's not extremely expensive, but if you need to keep using it, it does start to dissipate quickly. The money does start to pile up quickly. Yeah. But definitely you can spend 3 gold to buy as many common healing potions as you need.
Why does Afiska keep asking for Makia's room? Does Afiska will sneak into Makia's room?
Afiska has a fixation on Makia.
Oh, fixation or
I should be in Makia's place.
you mean you should be in his room?
No. I should be in Makia's place to serve the queen.
Wow, the two of you. One is trying to get.
So great.
One is trying to get Makia.
Should be the queen.
Oh man. Thanks for the session, guys. This has been fun. I am enjoying this type of sessions, and I like I'm very happy that this mechanic seems to be working quite well. I am very happy to see.
A kinder long rest.
Sorry. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I need a way to balance the whole encounter.
Yeah, but it's that terrible, guys.
I mean, I have full health.
Yes, Kodak. We are aware that
fine.
you have full health.
You know the best way to heal is to basically make sure the enemy dies before you take damage.
Right. But in order for that to work for you guys, someone has to be the tank.
Yes.
And that person's always gonna be me.
Yes.
Next time we have to yeet the rope into the action.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Hey, I was in the action. All right. I was in the action.
If you have spells, you can also use the spells to heal yourself. So basically, Kaylin, you can use your healing spells to basically pray
then it
for
comes
a
back
miracle.
as
I don't have spells.
Sorry?
Life, I need spells.
You're a sorcerer. How do you not have spells?
My spells are all like chill touch, friend,
Damage spells. I get it now.
light, mending.
The beauty of utility spells when you are not allowed to automatically heal after long rest. I like this so much. I'm a cruel DM, I know.
Do we level up? No, we don't, right?
Yeah,
No,
but then you have to spend like spell slots just to heal and
That's the point.
Because like
It's
long
like,
rest,
oh.
you get back the spell slots, right?
Yeah, but if you long rest, you refresh your spell slot.
Yeah, you get back. So basically, like you can use a long rest to. You can use your healing spells and then long rest and the healing spell come back.
Yeah.
So what if you go into a fight? Like say we get into a fight with the thugs during the long rest, the 3-day long rest, right?
Then the long rest is broken, no?
So how does it work, right? Because it's like very long. The long rest is very long. So like, how? Like my disguise self spell, right? How? I did cast
So
it.
okay. The general rule of thumb, right, is if you're in the city, right, it's going to be a long rest, and occasional bouts of violence will not interrupt it. But let's say you fight the thugs, right? And then you fight the thugs, and then afterwards you fight the thugs, and then you fight the thugs bosses. Like, yeah, I cannot in good conscience say that, oh, you had a long rest. that does not, fighting so many people is not a long restful activity.
So don't worry. As long as you do it right, you probably won't get into, you know.
Studying a restful activity. I'm studying now.
It's considered a restful activity. It's considered downtime, basically. So, okay, basically, so long as you're in the city and you don't do anything too crazy, like antagonize the entire town and get the garrison to kind of like come down on you, your long rest is already being activated. Yeah, even if you're fighting. Is that okay? Yeah.
Don't worry, Kodak does not break the law.
Yes, Kodak, we know. Your parents raised you well.
Yes. I do not go into places that encourages vices.
Okay, Ken.
Yep. Yeah, a horde of demons coming in from the other end of the world, no problem. A tavern with a lot of brothels and all that, yeah, no.
Okay.
All right. A stripper party for Kodak.
Yeah, no. He will know stealth when that occurs, even though now he doesn't. He will learn stealth.
He will learn stuff just to
get out of the...
You know what? I'm getting an image of Kodak, a hyper weeb.
No, he's just, yeah. I mean, he's kind of that, but you know, he's just proper, a bit too prim and proper in places that shouldn't be.
Are you in? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Definitely something.
Definitely something.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Okay.